It is playoff football time, and it's right here on Wichita's number one sports talk, 1410 AM, 93.9 FM KGSO. Good evening. Welcome to Bishop Carroll Family Stadium as playoff football gets underway. Doug Downs alongside Walt Bettis, Russ Kessler down on our Lubers Chevrolet sidelines. We will have the call for you tonight in this 5A matchup with the Newton Railers taking on the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles here at Bishop Carroll Family Stadium. Waltz, good evening. Welcome to postseason.
Good evening. It's so good to be here in postseason. The Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles, obviously, with a 6-2 record, toting that City League championship by themselves this year, which is kind of cool. And but that's in the rearview mirror. And tonight, district play starts. So Chapter 2 of the season. This is what I call you win or it's basketball season. Basically, you win or you go home, you hit the gym for basketball. So right now, that's the table stakes. We're in for a great matchup tonight, as well as a lot of super football games around the area, which we'll talk about. But it is good to be here. Beautiful evening out here at Bishop Carroll. So good to be in the friendly confines of this Bishop Carroll Family Stadium. And we're watching the Newton Railroaders kind of warm up, as well as Bishop Carroll off to our right in the north end zone.
Yeah, it seems like it's been forever since we've been back here. Bishop Carroll, the Golden Eagles, did not have a home game in the month of October. They finished up their homestand in September. They did have one more home game. We just played it at Riverfront Stadium against Cape of Mount Carmel. So we had to kind of dust some things off in here today, but we're set up. We're ready to go.
September 23rd was the last time we were here.
Over a month since we've been here at Bishop Carroll Family Stadium. So good to be back. We'll have a packed house here tonight as the Golden Eagles try to win round one of the playoffs. Probably about 5 or 6 years ago, Acacia did away with district play, and they made week number 9 the first round of the playoffs. Every team qualifies, and so you've got a lot of different seeds playing each other. You basically go 16 plays 1, 15 plays 2, 14 plays 3, and so on. So why don't we get right into it on our Butler Community College pregame. Don't forget, at Butler Community College, students score big with diesel tech, auto technology, and construction. Butler Community College, always enrolling. And we're going to break down some of the brackets for you here throughout the first half of our pregame. We're going to hear from head coach Brent Pfeiffer from the Maize South Mavericks. They got a big game tonight up in Valley Center. So we'll hear from him after our first time out of our Butler Community College pregame. And then we will get you right to breaking down our game and up until kickoff, coming up here in about 56. Get right into this. Let's take a look at some brackets that are going on, and let's start with Class 6A. And, look, like I said, 16 plays 1, so unfortunately somebody's got to take on Manhattan. Somebody's got to travel up to Manhattan since they got the number 1 seed, and that somebody happens to be our alma mater, Wichita North, at 0-8.
Yeah, going to be a tough, tall mountain to climb for the Redskins tonight. Or, excuse me, do we call them Redskins
Yeah,
anymore?
They're still the Redskins.
Okay, there we go. At 0-8, obviously Manhattan, the number 1 seed in the 6A West, is rolling 8-0 on the record. Last week, they commanding win at home against the Northwest Grizzlies, 56-28. So obviously that it's going to be could be a long night for our brethren from North High.
I saw something on social media that did kind of make me just a tad bit heartbroken here, because North High is our alma mater, and obviously we had some very good times when we were there. We had some really good football teams, and one of the guys that was he was an upperclassman to me, but was at North High the same time I was. We played football together. Jay Wassel, his son plays for North High, and he had put something on social media that it's going to be a bittersweet day because it is his son as a senior, most likely his last game, and unfortunately he's going to go through his entire high school career without winning a Friday night football game.
Oh, man, that breaks my heart as well. The game of football is, I think, one of the best things ever invented. It's a great team sport. It is so fun to play when you're winning. It's fun to play regardless because you're competing. But, man, winning is so much fun, and that does break my heart for that young man, as well as his teammates. And I only, pray that it could change at some point in time.
I hope it happens. I hope it does change for North. I hope it changes for West, for South. Some of these teams that have struggled over the last few years, because as I've spoke with Dusty Trail many times here at Bishop Carroll, when the City League gets better, it makes everybody better, even those teams that are here on the at the top side of the bracket. Getting the number 2 seed in Class 6A is the Derby Panthers. This is a squad that went into the game last week that could have possibly been as low as a 5 or 6, but Derby was able to handle their business and take care of things last week. They had some things happen in front of them, and lo and behold, Brandon Clark's Derby Panthers at 6-2 come in at the number 2 seed. They take on the 15 seed Topeka, who has only won 1 game. Topeka will have to travel to Derby.
Yeah, Derby's just playing great football. Obviously, their only 2 losses on the year were to the Maize Eagles, as well as Manhattan, the number 1 team seeded in the West there.
Staying in Class 6A, we all were a little bit shocked that at the start of the season, the very first game of the year, Garden City took it to Wichita Heights. We knew Wichita Heights was going to be a good football team, but at the end of the night, Garden City was able to really take care of business against Wichita Heights, and as we have worked our way through this season, Garden City is 6-2 on the year. They will take on and face a 1-7 Campus team. Garden City, the 3 seed, Campus at the 14. The number 4 seed, who had a chance to get the 1 had they beat Manhattan last week, Wichita Northwest. They dropped to the 4. Also at 6-2, they will face Wichita Southeast, about a mile away from us. Wichita Southeast comes in at 1-7. A team that gets the 5 seed in Class 6A is a team that we saw right here, who beat this Bishop Carroll Golden Eagle football team in Junction City. They move through the season at 6-2. They will face a 3-5 Wichita South, who is at the 12 seed. The 6th seed in Class 6A, that will belong to Topeka Washburn Rule, a nice team at 6-2. They're going to take on a very spirited Dodge City team at 4-4. We'll talk more about some of these 3-5 and 4-4 teams, especially when we start breaking down Class 5A. Dodge City, a long road trip over to Topeka to take on Topeka Washburn.
Yeah, Washburn Rural, the Junior Blues, scored 81 points in their victory against Topeka West last week, so they are cooking with gas, the Junior Blue football team.
One of the better matchups that I think we're going to see in Class 6A on the western side of the bracket will happen with 7-seeded Lawrence High School at 5-3 taking on 10-seeded Wichita West. West is 4-4. West is better than a 4-4 football team, but West played some tough competition. They lost to Carroll, they lost to Northwest, they lost to Garden City. All those teams that are seeded higher than Wichita West, they will travel to take on Lawrence. We went to Lawrence back in 2020 as the Golden Eagles went up to Lawrence and played. Very nice facility, so it'll be a nice road trip for the fans of Wichita Heights.
Yeah, no doubt.
As we move on through Class 6A, the number 8 seed on the eastern side of the bracket, another team at 5-3 that is full of a talent. We saw them last week, and that is the Wichita East High Blue Aces. This is another great game.
Absolutely.
An 8 versus a 9 as East High will host Lawrence Free State. Both teams 5-3. That is down at South High's Carpenter Stadium.
Yeah, Firebirds are on a 4-game winning streak. They are fresh off of a 31-19 win versus a very, very good Olathe North football team. Obviously, East got beat by these Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles last week, 34-30. So they're going to be kind of smart and really want to try to defend that number 8 seed against the Firebirds, that number 9 seed.
And we saw that East High has a lot of young talent, a lot of sophomores at the skill positions, tailback, wideouts. Quarterback is just a junior, and Dante Mitchell. He is a very talented young man as well. And so I think that's going to be a real good game. Lawrence Free State has that experience because being up in Lawrence, even though they're on the western side of the bracket in 6A, they get a lot of experience playing those Kansas City schools and schools out.
No doubt about it.
Let's move on to 5A and take you through the western bracket in 5A. Number 1 seed, undefeated on the year. The Maize Eagles at 8-0. They will host Salina South, who is 0-8, the 16 seed. I tell you what, man, if you would have told me that this game was going to happen about 5 years ago, I'd have said, wow, that's a good first-round matchup.
Yep.
Salina South just couldn't get it put together this year.
Yeah, South has just really slid off the map. Salina Central, on the other hand, has had a respectable season and pretty good, decent seeding. Mays and Coach Gary Guzman and that staff up there really have a complete football team. You had a chance to call their game against Mays South, and I missed that one, but a real solid, obviously very talented and athletic offense. Defense is probably better, I think, maybe than it was last year, and of course that team did go to Pittsburgh and play in the state championship game. Came up on the short end of the stick that afternoon, but they ran into a tough Mill Valley Jaguar team that night. And I think Mays is very much on the route. I think their ticket is in their hand. All they got to do is just keep on punching it for the next few weeks.
Well, when you play Mays, you've got to have two things. One, you've got to have an offense that can score over 45 and a defense that can stop them from scoring over 45.
It's a tough combination.
That is a tough combination. And then you add in the third element, which you just touched on, to score 45 against that Mays defense.
Yep.
Your offense better be clicking on all cylinders and then go borrow a couple more.
Yeah. Yeah. It might take 12 cylinders
no
right
doubt.
there.
Number 2 seed in Class 5A belongs to Hayes. They have just clicked along this season at 7-1. They will take on Wichita West, the 15 seed, at 2-6. Salina Central, the Mustangs, a little bit of a surprise coming out of Salina. Nice season that they've put together at 6-2. They will host seeded Liberal at 3-5. That game will be in Hutch. The winner of our game tonight between Newton and Carroll will then play the winner of Hutch and Liberal. If Hutch wins that game will be over in Hutchinson.
Hope we're going there.
It's a real good possibility that that's where we will end up. And of course, Bishop Carroll gets the 5 seed. They take on Newton tonight. The 6 seed belongs to Great Bend. After a few years of kind of falling off a little bit, Great Bend at 6-2 get the 6 seed. They will host tonight 11 seeded Goddard Eisenhower at 3-5. Goddard Eisenhower, I've said this all week on the game plan, Goddard Eisenhower is probably the best 3-5 team that I've seen in any bracket so far.
Darren Fisher's got a fantastic football team out there. They're fresh off of a 1-point win over the Goddard Lions, which is a feather in their cap. It carries some momentum. They do run into Great Bend tonight. The Panthers, 6-2. They were 35-28 winner over the Garden City Buffaloes last week. They are on a 6-game win streak. But as you mentioned, the Tigers are playing great football. I mean, that 3-5, you look at that, that's not representative of really the skill level of that football team. You can't underestimate them.
In that game last week against their rival, the Goddard Lions, with 2.4 seconds left to go in the game, their quarterback gets it into the end zone to give Eisenhower the win over a very good Goddard team, who, by the way, gets the 8 seed at 5-3. They will host 9-seeded Cape and Mount Carmel at 4-4. Again, we saw Cape and play against Carroll at Riverfront Stadium. Amari Elias, you've got Ancio, you've got Dylan Hamilton, you've got a pretty good offensive line that's starting to come together, that's very physical. This is going to be a tough game. It will be at Goddard, that game over on KQA.
Head coach Weston Schartz, head coach Tommy lining up and playing a chess match against each other.
If this game wasn't on both radio and television, it may be over in about an hour and a half, because both teams just love to run football.
Yeah.
But because it's a TV game, it's probably going to take a little bit longer than that. The 9 seed does belong to, as I scroll down here and try to get to everything, but the 9 seed belongs to Cape and Mount Carmel.
Yep.
Again, they will take on Goddard. Another very nice game that's going to happen, and we will hear from Coach Brett Pfeiffer from the Mays South Mavericks coming up here after our first time out. But Mays South at 4-4, another really good football team that played a tough schedule, full of a bunch of young players at the skill position. Tate McNew, by the way, coming into tonight in this area, was leading all passers in passing yards, and he's just a sophomore for Mays South. They will travel to take on Valley Center, which is 6-2.
I was just going to say, the Hornets right now, I mean, the athleticism, that spread offense that the Mavericks can throw out at them, I think when you got McNew, I mean, this is a kid, I think in week 1, he threw for 444 yards, 6 TDs in that football game in their opener. I mean, he can spread the ball around and hurt you in so many ways. And Coach Pfeiffer, a fantastic game manager as well. That should be an outstanding football game. And And the folks in Valley Center are in for a treat with a great matchup tonight.
Tate McNew, by the way, comes into this game with almost 1,600 yards through the air.
As a sophomore.
A young sophomore.
Holy man.
Let's go through 4A here real quickly. It is the final class that gets seeded. Everybody else plays the old district play, while Migo at 8-0 on the west side gets the number 1 seed. They will host Ulysses. If you look at the number 2 seed in Class 4A, that belongs to McPherson at 7-1. They're going to host 15-seeded Mulvane. The 3 seed belongs to Towanda Circle. They've had a nice season at 6-2. They host Independent High School tonight, a 14 seed at 1-7. The 4 seed belongs to Wellington at 5-3. They've got to play their rival right up the road there in Winfield at 1-7. That will be at Wellington. The 5 seed in Class 6A, or excuse me, rather Class 4A. I don't know why I said 6A. Andover Central at 5-3. They will host Augusta tonight. The 6 seed is Coffeyville Field Kinley. They will host El Dorado at 2-6. The 7 seed is Bueller. They host Arc City, a 10 seed at 2-6 as well. Arc City a couple of years ago, by the way, went to that state championship game. Then you've got the 8 versus 9 between Abilene at the 8 and Rose Hill at the 9. So there you go. That's kind of how things stretch out for Class 4A as well. And like I said, in the other classes, everything goes down to district play. And, you know, it's kind of one of those deals in district play where you still have to win your district. I think one of the teams that I really want to kind of point out in some of those lower classes in district play that has turned their season around is Conway Springs. Conway Springs has ended up having a really, really good football season, and they've won their last 5 games in order to get there. They get a bye tonight, but they end up 5-3, Walt, after really starting out 0-3 and not looking real great.
Yeah, give a lot of credit to the Cardinals. You know, I was kind of concerned when we were seeing some of those scores early in the season. They just could not muster any points, and they managed to put the rally cap on and finish their season very strong. And again, that's a culture down there at Conway. I mean, they know how to win. They're used to going to state championship games, and they're going to try to replicate that same track this year in the stretch run.
Conway Springs, by the way, has a tailback that has nearly 1,400 yards rushing the football. He has received most of those yards rushing in the last 4 games, had a 337-yard output 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
So a lot of things are exciting for the Conway Springs Cardinals. Also in one of the lower classes, in Class 2A, Garden Plain at 4-4. They will travel on to take on Ellsworth, who is 7-1. Kingman, who's been a surprise out of District 6 with the 1 seed at 8-0. They will host Hillsborough tonight. So some good football that is going on, and a couple of other big matchups that are going on in some of the lower classes. Halstead will be at Chaparral. That's going to be a nice game. Chaparral is 6-1. Halstead's only 3-5, but again, another one of those 3-5 teams that I think has a real good opportunity here in the postseason. Clearwater will go to Rock Creek, which is 7-1. Just trying to find some teams.
I tell you, the game that I'm kind of curious to see from afar is Hugoton at Cheney. You know, you've got a 6-2 Hugoton team off a 45-16 win versus Goodland last week. Cheney at 6-2. Only losses for that team have been Andale and Kingman, and that's a fine football team. They threw a shutout against Halstead last week. Both those teams have got a lot of momentum. Hugoton, obviously from the western part of the state, has to come in and travel into Cheney for that football game, but that's going to be a great game.
It'll be one of the bigger matchups that we have on the night. So there you go. We kind of took you through the brackets of what's going on through all the classifications. On the other side of the break, we talked with Coach Brent Fife. And tonight's pregame is presented in part by Butler Community College, always enrolling. Doug Downs, Walt Bettis, Russ Kessler. Let's go right down to our Luber Chevrolet sidelines. Russ Kessler is standing by with head coach Dusty Trail of the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles.
Well, good evening, guys. I'm here with Coach Dusty Trail. Well, Dusty, it's a new season. Did you have a good week of practice coming into it?
Yeah, I thought we had a real week of practice, probably one of our best practices of the year. You know, the guys are motivated, they're fired up and ready to go, and I'm sure they are too. New news too.
Yeah, we had a few miscues last week and everything, and I'm sure that was part of Monday's practice heavily.
Oh, definitely. You know, we're always trying to make corrections and make improvements, and we did that all week, and we did it pretty well. You know, we just got to come out and show it on Friday night.
Well, good luck, and I'll talk to you at halftime.
Thanks. Thank you, Russ Kessler, down there on our Luber Chevrolet sidelines. We will be going to Russ all night long. In fact, for your next vehicle purchase, make sure you visit Luber's Auto Group, Chevrolet or Ford in Cheney. Get this, after you pick out your new or used vehicle, if you mention you heard the Luber's sidelines, you are going to get an additional $250 off your purchase. So you make your best deal with Luber's. You get on the finance office, and before you sign it away, you say, hey, I heard the Luber sidelines on Friday night, and the guy's going to take a pen and go, you get $250 off before you sign this.
Yeah, not bad at all right there.
Anytime, look, gas prices the way they are, anytime you can put an extra $250 in your pocket, you take advantage of it.
I'm all about it.
And we are certainly thrilled to have Luber's Auto Group on with us each and every Friday night. Let's break down these two teams. And for this Newton team, we talked about a little bit earlier in the pregame that, you know, even though this team has only 3 wins on the season, you were pointing out during the break, they're just a couple of scores here and there away from this being a team that could have 5 or 6 wins on the season.
Well, I'm going to tell you, you know, head coach Greg Slade, 15 years at Rose Hill, 6 years at campus. I think he did find his way over to Missouri for some odd reason for maybe 1 or 2 years and coached over there. But he took the Rose Hill Rockets to a 4A state championship in 2011. He took campus to a title game in that was Rose Hill. I'm sorry, title game in 2004. But he took the Colts of campus to their first playoff game in 2018. So he knows how to coach winning football, and I think he's got a good team here. You know, we were talking again, as you mentioned at the break, their first 2 games of the season, Doug, were losses. They came out of the chute with 2 L's, but they were Valley Center 21-17 and Hutch, a very good Hutch team, at 32-27. So just a few points away from really this team being 5-3 on the season. So really, this is a good and our guys from the Bishop Carroll staff here providing a little bit of dinner for us tonight. We love that. We appreciate them immensely, and we thank them immensely for that.
Well, the thing that stood out to me mostly when I was looking at Newton and watching some film on them, one, their offensive line is very, very big. They go 6'6", 270, 6'2", 230, 5'10", 235, 6'1", 280, 6'2", 280 across the front. They play very physical. Colby Gomez, their 6'1", 180-pound junior quarterback. He likes to run, and it's almost like the more physical that you are with him, the more physical he wants to be with you. So he likes to run the football and be very physical. James Pulse, their 170-pound junior tailback, that way as well. And that is a Greg Slade coach team. You know, when Greg Slade was with Rose Hill that year that he won the state championship, guess what he had? He had big guys that played the game physical. That's exactly what he has here on Newton when I watch him on film.
And, you know, if you look at that offensive line, you talked about their size. Not only the size, but they've got experience. They've got 4 seniors up front on that offensive line and 1 junior at the left tackle. So these guys have been in the trenches, and they play together. They know each other. I'm sure that their chemistry is probably pretty darn strong, knowing Coach Slade, the way he coaches, the way he kind of builds his team up. This is a fine football team, and Bishop Carroll right now on paper, you know, they definitely would be the favorite for this football game to probably come out of a win, but they're going to need to play very, very well tonight to get that accomplished.
There's no doubt about it. They're going to have to be physical. The two things that Coach Trail talked about during the coaches' show on Tuesday was he wants to continue to develop consistency. We've seen over the last couple of games the offense turn the ball over more. In fact, over the last 2 games, they've had 8 turnovers. Throughout the season, they were the one taking the ball away, not turning it over. So we got to get that out of us. We've got to be able to move the football and pick up first downs. One of the things we talked about on the coaches' show Tuesday was, for whatever reason, and I think it's just because it hasn't happened a lot outside of a few plays that Tate Blasey has made, that big play is not there. So this team is hungry for that big play, and sometimes they shoot for it too much, and when they do, they shoot themselves in the foot instead of just being consistent, play after play, down after down, driving the football down the field, scoring. Because at the end of the day, Walt, and especially now that we're in postseason, you had a little bit of that point differential thing that you had to deal with to get a good seed. That's now all you need to do is be 1 point better than the team you're playing.
Yeah, I totally agree. And, I think that you've got, of this Golden Eagle football team, you've got Tate Blasey and you got Jackson King. Those are 2 guys can't bust big plays. But, we don't have 5 or 6 or 7 of them. And, you've got to really kind of play the game with what you have. And that's what Coach Trail's talking to, is play to what your strengths are. The strengths of this football team are playing to manageable downs, don't get behind the chain, and, basically just get first downs, win the time of possession, clean up punts. Kicking game, not too bad, but, that punt game needs to be really good, and especially tonight and here on forward into the season as we go through these championship steps to Emporia.
Newton's got that big offensive line. That defensive line is going to be tested to make sure they can get off the ball, get into gaps. Linebackers are going to have to get off of blocks. Newton will like to run the football physically, but when they do throw it, they've got some dudes, man. Isaac Klug, a 6', 170-pound senior, has been absolutely fantastic for him. Dylan Clausen, he's a 6', 170-pound junior. Camden Carr out of the slot spot. He is a 5'7", 135-pound senior. And Jarrett Smith, a big tight end at 6'4", 254 pounds. They will try to spread the ball around when they throw it. They don't throw it a lot, but their passing game has been pretty effective. So defensive front, going to have to get off blocks against a big. And then our defensive backfield, which has been really good this year. They've gotten a lot of takeaways, a couple of pick sixes. They got to get in those passing lanes, and if they can't get their fingers on the ball and intercept it, they got to be able to knock it down.
Yeah, again, we talked about the Newton offensive line and their size. I do like what we have up front for Bishop Carroll in terms of the defense. You've got Walt Gray. You've got guys that really, and what I've seen of this defense here in the last few games is really that they really fly to the football well. I mean, Gray is an absolute monster in there, a great player. But look, position, and not a big guy, but a very athletic and fast and strong guy. Ray's got to have a good game tonight as well.
Oh, I think all of the linebackers have got to be really good tonight.
Nance.
Carter Morris, Michael Nance, Ray Brogan, they've all got to come up. They've got to fill those gaps. They've got to wrap up tonight, too. And that's one thing that I really want to see them, because they've got big enough, strong enough quarterback run back play that if you don't wrap up, they're going to run through on tackles. Got to wrap up and bring you the ground.
And we've seen that, time after time this year. We saw it last week in the East High game. We saw guys from the Blue Aces football team just run out of these arm tackles, and where they're getting hit 3 times with a gain of only maybe 4 or 5 yards, or even a loss, but yet with arm tackling they're going to run out of those.
I can tell you this. And talking to Dusty Trail on Tuesday, there has been an emphasis this week in practice because of how physical they run. He said it reminds him a little bit of Amari Elias and Capon, that they just like to run off tackle and come right at you. There's been a big emphasis this week in practice with Jim Nance and Dusty Trail and his defense about hitting, wrapping up, and letting the rest of your teammates come in and get after that gangrene tackling that Bishop Carroll
needs to be a focus.
Quick timeout, other side of the break. Keys to the game. We're close to kickoff out here at Bishop Carroll Family Stadium.
Please welcome out our Bishop Carroll Cheerleader Musical. Our band is color guide under the direction of Ben Riley. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remove your hats for our national anthem played by the Bishop Carroll Cheerleader Music Corps, followed by prayer afterwards. Thank you.
And the on-field festivities have begun with tonight's national anthem.
Let us pray. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Strong and faithful God, as we come together for this contest, we ask you to bless these athletes. Keep them safe from injury and harm, instill in them respect for each other, and reward them for their perseverance. Bless also the families and friends gathered here with a true sense of community. May we all run the race to best to win, and come to the rewards of your kingdom, where you live and reign forever and ever. Amen. Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception, patroness of the Diocese of Wichita, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Always something that we enjoy out here at the Bishop Carroll Family Stadium before we get to the kickoff of each game on a Friday night. Let's get to tonight's Luber Chevrolet keys to the game.
You know, Doug, I think the Newton Railroaders tonight, I think Coach Slade probably needs to coach his team and just tell them, hey, guys, you guys are the underdogs in this game. Play free. Riverboat gamble if we got an opportunity to do so. So I think that could be the framework. And they could, if they win the battle of the trenches on that offensive line, that big offensive, senior-led offensive line, that could go a long way to a key for a Railroader win. And I think defensively, you know, they could pay attention to a couple of guys, and a couple of guys that are the game breakers for the Golden Eagles, and that's Tate Blasey, number 5, and number 18, Jackson King, out of that quarterback position.
I think for Coach Greg Slade, he goes into the locker room and reminds his team, you've been close all year long in those early games.
Yeah.
Now we've got a whole season behind us. We are hitting the reset button. Everybody's 0-0. Let's not be close. Let's get over the hump.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And actually for Bishop Carroll, too, I think that they need to play with pride tonight. You know, this will be their last home game here for the 2022 campaign, and you definitely want to protect your home turf. So play with pride. And again, I think if Bishop Carroll really takes care of their offense and sustains some long drives and gets those numerous first downs and cranks out those 4- and 5-minute drives on offense, long way to a Bishop Carroll win. And defensively, I think they just need to. I think they need to get in the backfield early on. I think they need to disrupt a very talented junior in Colby Gomez. I think they also probably need to kind of put the hat on the head of James Pulse, their running back, who is also very good and a very physical runner.
Let's go down before we head to our final timeout during our Butler Community College pregame to our Luber Chevrolet sidelines. Russ Kessler will be down there all night long for a little field condition report. And Russ, when we got here tonight, the wind was blowing. Now I look over to the north end zone, and those flags, they're almost hanging straight down.
It is a beautiful night for football tonight, and I am sitting here with the 5th grade West Side Eagles that are going to be playing Capon tomorrow, right, guys? So we wish them luck tomorrow, guys. So they're the ball boys tonight.
Well, you got to get them fired up early to go play Capon, man. It starts young out here.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell you what, we finally got some real talent on the sidelines. Henry Hoffman, Russ's fifth grade grandson, is out there, and about time we had some real talent.
Yeah, don't blow it. We'll have him do the reports.
Henry, you ready?
No.
Yeah, he is.
You ready to play Capon tomorrow?
No.
Oh, yes,
you got to be pumped to play Capon, guys. Come on.
Final timeout on our pregame. Back after this. heading to the center of the field here momentarily with our captains to get tonight's coin toss. Before we do so, though, let's get some starting lineups.
Let's go with the Newton defense here tonight. They play a 4-4-3 defense. At the defensive end, Ricky Parga. Interior defensive lineman, Jackson Marler. Defensive tackle, Logan Buchanan. And on that opposite defensive end, it's Keon Edwards. The linebackers are Justin Zerger, Brody Harper, Landon Fansteel, and Dylan McBee. The cornerbacks are Dylan Clausen, Nico Ramos, and Cam Carr. For the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagle offense, the offensive line at the left tackle is Camden Hudspeth. Left guard, Hank Purvis. The center is anchored there with Matthew Robin. Jacob Racine on the right guard, and if Jacob does have to get a little bit of backup, it could be Dalton Welch, the junior, number 63. The right tackle, Nathan Barrientos. The wideouts, and we're going to talk about these names a lot, Hannibal, Parker Flax, Tate Blasey, Luke Holthusen, and at the running back, the nod goes to Derek Breeze tonight, and the quarterback is Jackson King, the junior.
And of course, we'll also see Thomas George is in the game tonight. Cash Ungles will come in, play a little bit of the tight end spot as well. So captains are making their way out to the middle of the field. Zach Steven is out tonight. He is dressed in street clothes, but makes his way out there with Tate Blasey, Sam Dooling, and Cooper Brusing as the tackles down to the field we go. The captain's got to introduce themselves here a little bit before we kind of get things and turn it over to our head ref tonight, and that is Jake Kuhlman.
School live here. Good evening. This is heads. Tails is the call. It's tails.
Newton has won the flip and deferred to the second half, so the Eagles.
I like
the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles will put the offense out on the field. The Eagles are going to put their backs towards the north side, which means they will move from north to south or from right to left. Newton will move from left to right or south to north.
And as you discussed, that wind is negligible tonight.
This is a series, by the way, that dates back to 1991 when these two teams played each other. They have played each other several times. In 2005, it was a 45-0 win by the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles. 1991, Newton did get the Golden Eagles 31-13. 2009, 63-28 by the Golden Eagles. And in 2004, a 45-0 win. So a 7-1 record the Golden Eagles hold against the Newton Railers. So we're about ready to get this underway. Bishop Carroll tonight. Good to see them in the home uniforms. Good to be back home. They got on the gold pants, the green tops with the gold letters, and the gold accent on the shoulder. Newton comes in tonight in their road whites. White pants, white tops, little gold stripe along the arm sleeve, black helmets and black numbers as well.
Think of the Chicago Bears uniform, and that's what Newton's got.
Versus the Green Bay Packers.
Exactly.
That's kind of what we look like here. Holthusen's going to be lined up deep. He'll be here on the near side. Tate Blasey over on the far side, waiting this kickoff. Both are standing within here. It will kick this off for the Newton Railers.
Here we go.
Playoff football underway right here on Wichita's #1 sports talk, KGSO. It is a high end-over-end kick. And it will travel. Tate will receive it, but not until he gets into the end zone. So a touchback coming for the Golden Eagles. Jackson King, the junior quarterback, took over the starting spot early on in the season. 65 completions on 134 attempts, 1,057 yards, 8 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. A lot of those have come in the last couple of games. Also a very good runner with 686 yards. He will line up in the shotgun position. Derek Breeze will be his tailback, flanked off to his right. We'll work out of a trip set off to the right of King. Single receiver set here on the near side. We are ready to get things underway. First snap of the game is a quick pass to the out, and it is dropped. Tate had it in his hands with blockers out in front. Parker Flax was out there doing a little bit of blocking along with Holthusen, but Tate couldn't haul it in. Falls incomplete.
Yeah, uncharacteristic there of Tate. Really hit him right in the hands. He kind of had those jets going and the wheels moving there early on, and needs to haul that one in.
Second down and 10 for the Golden Eagles. from their own 20. This will be a straight handoff to Derek Breeze. He dives to right over that right side of his offensive line. Not a lot there. Sniffed out pretty good by that defensive front. But he stopped on a minimal gain of about 3 yards.
We've got Jackson Marler up there in the middle at 6'3", 295. Logan Buchanan at 6'2", on the hoof up front.
3rd down and 7. Do want to welcome those of you listening to our broadcast tonight and watching the video on the Bishop Carroll YouTube page as well. A trip set off to the right, single receiver set near side. King wants to throw. Thought about going to his right, had to pull it back down. Gets a block. King into the open field here near side, steps out of bounds. Don't have enough of that Burwell construction first down. Good run by the junior quarterback. Clear out to the 39-yard line. Move the chains, keep the drive going.
Yeah, great recognition there by Jackson King, the junior. He had all his receivers covered up and off to the races.
2-by-2 set. 4 receivers in the game. Straight handoff blast play over the right side by Derek Breeze. He falls forward. Almost 5 on the play. Close to 6, actually. They're going to give him 6 up to the 45-yard line.
Just a straight handoff right there over his right guard. Blasted Derek Breeze. Nice run. Hit the hole quick, and that's a key.
Working with short chains here with a 2nd down and 4. 2 tight slots, 2 tight wideouts in the game, split to both sides. King wants to throw, rolls right, looks right. Tate Blaze throw, good coverage downfield, works his way back to the left. Now it's time. King's going to have to tuck and run. King works off of a block, steps across the 50, stays on his feet inside the 45, down to the 44-yard line. Nice run by Jackson King, give him 11, and a Burwell construction first down.
Partner right there, that's the definition of extending play. He was a fast runner. Nice Burwell construction first and 10.
Football here on the near hash. Straight handoff. Derek Breeze has it. Just blast right between guard and center on the right side. He's got a nice run on first down. He will pick up 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, Gorgeous is checking in. Breeze has a little equipment issue there, so this is the first time we're seeing Thomas tonight.
Trip set off to the right, the wide side of the field. Wants to throw quick. Pitch is out. It is caught. Parker Flax has it. Parker Flax inside the 20. Parker Flax chin. Parker Flax Golden Eagles.
39-yard pass and catch right there.
There is a flag on the play, though, on the far side of the field. Let's see if one of those wideouts on that quick pass is going to get called for holding, and they will. Tate Blasey and Holfusen were out there as the lead blockers. They're going to call one of them for a hold, so the touchdown Parker Flax will be called back. This is going to make for a long field as they spot the ball at the 43-yard line of Newton.
Doggone it. That's a tough break.
It is going to remain 2nd down. It'll be 2nd down and 9. 9:59. Clock stopped right there. Opening drive for the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles.
Got to shake it off.
Started at their own 20. They're up to the 43 of Newton. They'll work out of a trip set off to the right of King. Single receiver set here on the near side. King wants to keep after the belly read, and King drags a defender up to the 40. They'll bring up a 3rd down and 6.
Nice job up front blocking there. Hank Purvis pulled over on a trap block on that opposite tackle, on that defensive tackle, and laid him out with a pancake block.
Hannafusing off to the left, Flax and Blasey off to the right, but it's a straight blast play over the left-hand side and run over the right of that offensive line. This time they come to the left with Derek Breeze. They'll be close to that first down. Marking him at the 35. He needed the 34. 4th down and short to go. A tight set here. And Breeze, 2 hands over the football, does get the first down. Actually got hit right out about the sticks, but able to just kind of power his way forward, and he gets it to the 31. That's going to be a gain of 4 and a drive.
That was the result of that first down. Just a good off the ball, got off fast, got off physical.
Flax, Holfusen, Hannenberg off to the right. Single receiver set. No, Blasey was actually in the tailback spot. Now he flanks out, goes in motion, overloads the other side. Blasey, quick pass, getting blocks. Tate Blasey moving towards the far sideline. Tate Blasey up the far sideline, lowers his head, gets inside the 20. He's going to be brought down at the 15-yard line. Mark it for another Burwell construction first down and get him inside that Continental Truck Accessory red zone.
Yeah, good creative way to get the ball out to Tate on that little wide out screen.
Moving quickly, handoff Breeze, right side, wiggling his way through traffic. Maybe a couple on the play. He will be inside the 15 at the 14.
First time that we've had a team inside the Continental Truck Accessory red zone tonight.
Three wide outs off to the left, one here on the near side. King wants to throw, comes out quick. Holthusen makes the catch, needs to make a guy miss, does so. Holthusen stays on his feet. Holthusen looked into the end zone for a touchdown. This time.
Yeah, it was a hold on Bishop Carroll that time.
This one looks like it was thrown on the interior part of the offensive line, working their way down the field. So two holding calls have wiped out two scores. 8-12 remaining here in the first. Opening drive for the Golden Eagles. Two tight slots, two wideouts. Breeze in the backfield. On a 2nd down and 10. Derek Breeze gets the handoff. Breeze runs tough, gets inside the 10. He'll be down to the 7. Nice gain on the play of about 8.5. 3rd down and short. They'll stay with that 2-by-2 set. And they'll stay with giving her.
Good blocking up front by the offensive line there.
3 receivers off to the right, one here to the near side. King hands off to Breeze, working Breeze hard here, and this time he is caught and drugged down at the happened. Rio Gomez, he goes 6'2", 280. He drugged Breeze to this field turf. No gain on the play.
Ball is lined up on the left hash. Maybe expect something on that wide side of the football field, top side.
2nd and goal from the 5. Breeze, blast, Breeze.
Touchdown.
Moves in, Breeze. No, they're going to mark him short. About a half a yard short. The knee went down, they say, right there at the half-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and goal.
Russ?
Oh, it was a good call.
Here comes King again. Breeze again. Breeze this time walks in, and let's see. Any flags on the field? I don't see any. So let's mark it again. 1, 2, 3 counts. And we'll get 6 on the board with 6:51. Opening drive touchdown for the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles.
Well, pretty impressive offensive drive with the exception of those penalties. They brought 2 TDs back. We got to clean up that action. But again, love the perseverance of this Golden Eagle football team.
Hudson Lee to add the point after, and it is through the uprights. The Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles strike first on their opening drive. 6:51 to play in the first. 7-0. You're listening to Golden Eagle football. Takes an early lead in this game. Hudson Lee puts his right foot into it. High end over end kick. Fielded at the 5. Going the other way, opposite sideline, and drugged down at about the 25. Good 20-yard return. And it was Camden Carr, the return man, picking up the 20 yards. The Newton Railer offense will come out on the field for the first time and set up shop at their own 25-yard line.
Well, this is going to be interesting. You know, this is a good offense. They can move the football. We'll see what Golden Eagle defense does against them.
This is a big line. They like to run a power set, and they will do it with a straight T backfield. They'll go with big guys in the backfield. 3 running backs right behind the quarterback who takes the handoff, or excuse me, rather the direct snap, just trying to run over the big bodies. Colby Gomez, the junior, he will plunge forward after following some blockers. He'll pick up 4 up to the 29-yard line. Good job. Down and 6 coming up.
Yeah, good job by the Golden Eagle defense really to close. We had about 2 or 3 guys over there, and good tackling right there. You saw the evidence of probably some emphasis and focus this week with the tackling. Nice execution there.
Back to more of kind of a traditional. They'll run with 2 tight ends. They'll go with a flex bone look. Quarterback under center, a little inside give. And nothing there. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. That Bishop Carroll Golden Eagle defense there for the calling, and they wrestle him down to the field turf. No gain on the play.
Ray Brogan with a good physical tackle right there.
Camden Carr, again, the ball carrier from that wing position.
Little known fact, Ray Brogan is one heck of a bowler for this Bishop Carroll.
Yes, he is. He has about a 230 average, I believe he told me.
He's unbelievable at bowling.
Spread set here. Two receivers split to both sides. Man in motion now from right to left. Wants to throw. Walt Gray brings him to the turf, though. Colby Gomez is going to be swallowed up by Walt Gray. He gets another sack on the season and brings up 4th down for the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles.
That is 11 tackles for loss, or 11 sacks for Walt Gray this season.
A 3 and out for the Newton Railers, and this offense is going to come back on the field pending this punt.
Boy, and that very physical play there by the Golden Eagles, and they really turned up the volume a little bit on defense.
Bishop Carroll going to drop 2 back. It'll be Cooper Busing and Tate Blasey. The punter is the kicker. It is Colin Harsberger. He gets a nice one, but it's fielded by Busing. Busing tries to work off of a block by Blasey. Can't. He gets it up to the midfield stripe. So a short field for this Golden Eagle offense, already up 7-0, 4:52 to play.
Well, this is where you really kind of just need to take advantage of scoring and get up 2-3 touchdowns on your opponent and basically kind of break the spirit. And that's what you need to do at this stage of the season, especially defending your home turf. Last home football game here on the 22 campaign for Bishop Carroll.
Flax, Hannenberg, Holthusen off to the left. Tate Blasey, single receiver set off to the right. Football in the middle of the field from the 50. Newton looks like they're going to bring pressure. King wants to run, beats the pressure. King breaks into the open field and swallowed up by a defensive back, but not until he picks up 11, gets to the 39, and a Burwell construction 1st and 10.
What I love about what I'm seeing out of Jackson tonight, he's got a lot of great rhythm. I mean, I think he's got a good feel early on for this defense.
They'll stay in that 4 receiver set. Quick pass out. Holthusen makes the catch. Works off of a Hannenberg block up to the 31. That is going to be a pickup of 8, 2nd down and 2 coming up.
Honestly, partner, this is about the most crisp I've seen this Carroll offense and defense play.
Yeah, they're running good and running fast. This is just a straight blast play. A handoff to Georges, keeping his feet moving, dragging defenders, and Georges up to the 22-yard line, down to our Luber Chevrolet sidelines with Russ Kessler. And Russ, we're talking about this offense and how crisp it's starting up front with the big men, though. They're moving, guys.
I'll tell you what, it is very impressive, like you guys are talking up there tonight. That front 4 are really knocking them off the ball, front 5.
They'll work out of a 4 receiver set here. King wants to throw. He's going end zone to Blasey.
Got it.
And he catches it. Blasey off the tip, hauls it in. Good coverage on that far side of the field by Camden Carr. It works off his fingertips. It lands into the number 5 on that green jersey, and it's another touchdown for the Golden Eagles.
Give me one-on-one coverage with Tate every time, and he's going to battle and win that 9 times out of 10, and right there he just did that. Great, well-thrown football, and again, just an athletic catch there by Tate Blasey.
2 drives have ended up in 2 scores, and Hudson Lee wants to put the exclamation point on this drive, and he does so by putting it through the uprights, just like that. The Golden Eagles 14, Newton nothing. You're listening to Golden Eagle football. Touchdowns on the board for the Golden Eagles. Hudson Lee from the center of the field puts his big right foot in a high end-over-end kick. Fielded at the 1. On far side, trying to find some blockers, and another good return out to about the 26. So a 25-yard return by Isaac Klug. He plays wide receiver on the offense, and right there's a return man. Got a nice return after fielding it at the 1.
Boy, Hudson Lee is a weapon, just a great kicker.
Boy, he's flirting with getting in that end zone, but he just hasn't put it through there yet. No wind at all. Flags are hanging straight down on that flagpole on the north side here. They'll go with a bunch sets. Gomez under center. Wingman comes in motion. Going to hand off to a speed sweep, but going nowhere. Michael Nance has seen that on film, and he brings him down after a 1-yard gain. Ball carrier on the play is James Hoos, who is on that wing back spot for that particular play.
I want Russ Kessler to make observation about this. Looks like to me, Bishop Carroll, that defensive line, we're loading that box up with, 7 to 8 players to really stop this predominantly run game.
Yeah, and they're pushing pretty good on them also. As big as they are, you would think they'd have control on us, but they don't.
You have almost 11 guys in the box. Here's a pitch coming near side. Hulse is out there, and Hulse is brought down. And again, Walt Gray fights off the block and drops him for a 2-yard loss. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10. Back to the 26 go the Rillers.
I tell you, Walt Gray plays with abandonment. The kid has got a heart as big as all outdoors, and man, I'd love to see him with a Jayhawk uniform on. I know that he's getting recruited by a lot of folks. Just an outstanding player and a great person as well.
On a 3rd down and 10, they'll try to spread it out. Gomez will go under center. They have 2 slot guys, 2 wide outs. All 4 linebackers up there. And hit from behind and dropped. And guess who? Walt Gray. Another sack in this football game.
He is.
Both 3rd downs, Walt Gray has made them pay. He has come off that edge like a bullet shot out of a gun and just into the back of Gomez. It'll be a punting situation for Newton.
Again, we talked about the size of that Newton offensive line, but really, when you factor the athleticism of our defenders and Walt Gray in particular, it's hard to really block that guy because he is so athletic and so strong.
He is so quick off the football. Here's a nice high punt. It's going to drive Blasey back. He'll make an over-the-shoulder catch at about the 35. Blasey making guys miss. Blasey coming near side. Blasey trying to get off of the block. Gets it back close to the 50. They're marking at the 49. So a nice return by Tate Blasey. He had to retreat all the way back to the 36. He gets it up to the 49. A 13-yard punt return.
Tate calling on those baseball skills with that kind of that over-the-shoulder Willie Mays-esque catch right there. Beautiful thing to see, and a great run after the kick, the punt was shoot.
Parker Flax, Tate Blasey, and Holfusen off to the right. You got Henneberg here on the near side. Wants to throw out to Tate. Tate does go down, makes the catch, makes a guy miss. Tate Blasey just got tripped up. Boy, he was trying to work off that Parker Flax block downfield. He's going to go for 8. He'll set up a 2nd and 2.
We've enjoyed watching Blasey's career. He just is his skill running after the catch is just unbelievable.
On the Newton 43, straight handoff to Derek Breeze. He will move from right to left, work over the left side of his offensive line. Didn't get a ton there, but got enough to move the chains. Burwell Construction 1st down on that gain of 3.
That's a key that we talked about. Just keep those chains moving if you're the Golden Eagles of Bishop Carroll.
14-0, the Golden Eagles, under a minute to play. Holfusen makes the catch. Holfusen makes a guy miss, and Holfusen steps out of bounds at the 30. Stop the clock right there. Actually, just above a minute at 1:09 to play here in the first. So he is 2nd down and short.
Clearly, the speed of these wideouts really making a difference tonight.
3 receivers off to the right, 1 here to the near side. Quick pass out to Flax. Flax working off of the Tate Blasey block. Flax almost breaking a tackle and getting up to the 20. It'll be a nice gain on the play. We will give him 8 yards and a Burwell Construction 1st down.
Offensive coordinator Josh Mann's really mixing it up. Go right, go left.
Clock is moving. Carroll is moving. Handoff. Derek Breeze out of the full receiver set. He goes off to the right of his offensive line. He'll pick up a few on a 1st down run. Giving 3, 2nd down and 7 coming up. The ball's inside that Continental Truck Accessory red zone at the 17.
Good blast play there. Up front with a 3-yard pickup.
3 receivers off to the left, the wide side of the field. 1 receiver off to the right, the short side. King doesn't want to throw, though. Just says let Derek Breeze keep doing some work here. This time Breeze falls forward, gets close to the 15. That's where they'll mark him at. A third down is coming up. It'll be a third down and 4.
Let's see what they do to wind up on the
might get to
right
the
hash.
quarter here. We're coming up on 9 seconds to play. Here in the quarter, big third down. From the 15, they will snap the football. Quick pass out here. Tate has it. Tate trying to make guys miss. Tate drags a defender up to about the 11. So a gain of 4. Not going to get, I think, to the first down marker. And they're going to say end of the first. 14-0. Golden Eagles on top. You're listening to Golden Eagle football on KGSO. Football right here in Wichita's #1 sports talk, 4TM, 93.9 FM KGSO. Doug Downs, Walt Bettis, Russ Kessler. We got the call for you tonight, and in the first quarter, it has been all Golden Eagles. The defense has come up with 2 sacks on a third down to force punting situations, and the offense has scored both times they've touched the ball. They're threatening again at the Newton Railroad 11-yard line. Probably as efficient as I've seen this offense run, maybe all year long. Moving quickly, and they're being effective.
They are on their game, no doubt.
That offensive line doing a nice job of opening holes, and Jackson King making really good decisions right now with the football. The junior quarterback will come out on a 4th down and short at the 11. He'll be in the shotgun. He'll easily flanked off to his left. He'll work out of the 4-receiver set with 2 split to both sides of him. King hands off to Breeze. Breeze just blast forward. Offensive linemen put all the defensive guys on their ground, and Breeze able to get it up to the 1. A 1st and goal from the 1-yard line.
A great second effort there by Derek.
Derek Breeze will be in the backfield. King under center, quarterback sneak, gets a push, no indication yet. Let's see when they unpile everybody what they're going to call here. Still got it, and it is. It'll be a touchdown. Jackson King on the quarterback sneak, a 1-yard out touchdown, and it's a 3-score lead for the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles.
Yeah, nice job there on the drive, just finishing it off. Great run on that 4th down play by Breeze. Again, super blocking up front, really getting off the football, that offensive line, and again, a good quarterback keeper there on the touchdown by King.
Tate Blasey is the holder. Hudson Lee's the kicker, and he punches it through just like that. He got a 21-0 football game. We still have 11:42 left to play before we get to the half. Russ Kessler, let's go back down to you, to our Lubers Chevrolet sidelines. A couple of things I want to ask you about. First of all, this just seems like a whole different Bishop Carroll team than we've seen in the last 2 weeks. We heard Dusty Trail in your pregame say they've had one of the best weeks of practice, and boy, it's showing right now.
Well, to be honest with you, I did talk to Dusty off the air when I was on the air, and I got done, and I said, are we going to see a new team this week? And he says, Russell, it's a new league or a new year. So they're coming out, and they are playing like it's a new league.
And you know, Russ, I want to give a big shout out and thank you to our folks at Lubers Auto Group. They sponsor your sideline reports all year long. They got a special thing going for everybody listening to our broadcast tonight.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's got to go out and take advantage of this. When I talked Chris and Billy into it this week, they said, Russ, that's a great idea. Let's get some new people out here. Let's get some new business.
$250 off your purchase when you purchase at Lubers Auto Group out there in Cheney. Lubers Chevrolet, Lubers Ford. Hudson Lee's kick just carries into the end zone. So Newton will start at their own 20-yard line. They've got 80 yards. The field turf in front of them. After the way Newton played Derby last night, they got to come out just a little bit shell-shocked right here in the way that Bishop Carroll's been able to just handle it.
No doubt about it. Last week, this Newton team had Derby down in the second quarter, 20-14 in that football game. Obviously, the Panthers came out back and won that game handily. But, they've been punched in the mouth right here, and we'll see what they're made out of in the answer on this offensive drive.
A tight trip set off to the right. This is just a trap play up the middle by James Hughes, and he will pick up about the most yards we've seen him gain so far on first down. He gets Gomez, the junior. Line up in the shotgun this time. He'll have Holtz off to his left. He'll also work with 2 receivers off to his left and 2 off to his right. And he goes in motion now. That's Camden Carr from left to right. Wants to throw the quick pass, and boy, just good coverage on that far side. George Husband read it all the way and able to get on the intended target, Dylan Clausen, before he could even almost catch the football. It falls incomplete. Third down and 5 coming up.
I'll admit, we've been a little bit hard on this Bishop Carroll Golden Eagle football team for some flat starts in games in the past. This is a team totally focused, totally prepared, and on a mission right now to make a big, big statement here in the 5A West bracket.
Plug and Carr go off to the left.
Just look at the way they're moving.
Gomez will be out of the shotgun. He'll also have 2 receivers off to his right. Wants to throw on 3rd and 5. Drops straight back. Gets pressure. Steps up in the pocket. Comes near side. Oh, boy. Almost picked off by George Husband. And it would have been another pick 6 for that young man. As it is, it falls out of his gloves and falls incomplete.
Again, Gomez had a lot of pressure. He had to step up in the pocket and throw that on the run, and really kind of uncomfortable throw for him. And again, Husband jumped the route, and again, almost a pick 6 right there. But a punting situation here for the Railroaders.
And I tell you what, Walton Gray was putting that pressure on, and that time Newton kept the back in the backfield to help that block on him, and he still almost got there. Tate will go back by himself. This is a high kick. It's not going to be fielded. It will bounce at about the 48-yard line of Newton. It will take a Bishop Carroll roll to the 45. And this Golden Eagle offense up 21-0 comes out. Let's take over the football on the Newton side of the field at the 45-yard line.
Well, I tell you what, you score here and just keep on putting the pressure on a Newton Railroader offense and making that mountain taller to climb for them.
And they've been wanting the big play all year. This is the time. This is the situation where you can go for it. You're up 21. You're at the 45. You could go for that big play right here. It'll be a quick pass out to Hannenberg. Hannenberg works off of the whole fusion block. Hannenberg stays on his feet, moves his way through the middle of the field, and Hannenberg's going to have 12 yards and a Burwell construction first down as he gets it up to the 33.
Again, a great run after the catch by Hannenberg. Great vision. Just had about 4 guys that he sidestepped.
Quick receiver set here on the near side, the wide side. After the belly read, King wants to keep. Has to get away from trouble. Able to sidestep a defender. King puts his hand down, gains a couple more as he gets to the 20. It'll be a first down of a 12-yard run. And Burwell construction first down for Bishop Carroll.
The Eagles just having their way right now on this drive as well.
Moving quickly. King keeps again. This time he will be swallowed up. Nice play by this Newton defense. Getting in there, making a stop. That's going to be Landon on a steal.
Yeah, 6 foot, 220. Another junior for Great State.
So a second down and 10 is coming up from just outside the 20-yard line. 9:20 and counting here in the first half. 21-0 Bishop Carroll on top. 2x2 by on the outside of King. King wants to throw. Looks right, goes right towards the end zone. Flax is there and almost picked off. Boy, it was read beautifully by the safety. Had he hauled it in, it would have been a great play. And back there deep defending was Nico Romez, a sophomore.
Yeah. Ramos right there. Again, that sophomore did a good job. And actually, Jackson, probably an ill-advised throw. There was double, almost triple cover.
Tate Lazy, single receiver set off to the right. He'll go with 3 receivers off to his left. He'll be Hannibal, Holfusen, and Flax. Thomas Georges is the back in the backfield.
And on the play clock here.
Changing the play on a 3rd down and 10 from the 20. King gets the snap. King getting pressure on the backside. Has to roll away from it. King now just has to throw. It is caught on that far side, breaking a tackle, not enough for a first down. But coming back to the football, making the catch is Holthusen. He's going to get it close for a good fourth down play. It'll be 4th down and 2 inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
Yeah, great job there by Jackson King. Again, eluding tacklers there, running across threw that ball across his body there to Holthusen.
Georges with the handoff. He'll have the first down and more. Georges spinning his way towards the goal line and finally wrapped up and brought down, but not until he gets to the 2. That is a 8-yard run, and it sets up a 1st and goal for the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles.
Boy, partner, and you score here, you go up 4 touchdowns, and I'm telling you, it becomes a mental game at that point.
King keeps it. King, though, caught around the ankles, not going to get there. Got maybe back to the line of scrimmage. And another great play by Landon Fonesteel. Yep. 2nd down and goal. King out of the shotgun. Thomas George is in the backfield. 3 receivers off to the left, 1 here on the near side. Georges blasts over the right-hand side and not going to get there again. That defense standing strong in the red zone. Keon Edwards led the charge. The junior at 180 pounds gets the stop. 3rd down and goal with a loss of 1.
And Newton showing a little moxie right there. Nice stop on the play. Loss of 1.
Jackson King on a 3rd down, works out of the shotgun. 3 receivers off to his right. He has Hannibal, single receiver set off to his left. At the goal line on a 3rd down. Tate goes in motion. Tate comes inside, makes the catch, but read nicely again by this Newton defense as they're able to bring Tate down. Camden Carr, we've called his names a couple of times for this Newton Railers football team. This kid's a football player, and he makes a stop right there. No gain on the play. All of a sudden, 4th down, and here comes the field goal unit.
Ball about on the 3-yard line, I think. Russ, you might verify that for me.
What was that?
The ball on the 3?
Yes, on the 3-yard line. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Kessler standing right there on it. So from the right hash, Hudson Lee, he's hit a couple of big field goals this year. This is going to be a chip shot of 19 yards. Blasey is the holder. Snap down, kick up, and Lee able to sweep the foot and get it. So the lead gets extended at the 7:03 mark left before we get to half. 24-0, Golden Eagles on top. Big high end-over-end kick by Hudson Lee. It is caught at about the 1 and plunging forward out to the 26-yard line. That is a nice return by Eli Kirtley, a sophomore. Thought that was going to carry into the end zone, but he was able to come out and pick it up at the 1.
Cash Elvis on the stop right there. Physical tackle right there by Cash.
6:57 left to play before the half. 24-0. Golden Eagles on top of the Newton Railers. Railers with the football. Cody Gomez, the quarterback in the shotgun, wants to run. Comes near side, picks up a couple of blocks, gets a pretty good run on 1st down. They'll give him 5, 2nd down, and 5 coming up. The ball will be at the 32-yard line, their own 32.
Just a called quarterback keep off the left tackle there by Cody Gomez.
Keeps the clock running. We will approach the 6:30 mark before we get you to the half. A quick first half so far.
Yep. Newton taking their time right now.
They're running down the play clock.
Kind of speed things up a little bit with a 24-0 deficit.
Coming to the line of scrimmage with 6 on the play clock. 3 receivers off to the right, Tight end here on the near side. Gomez after the belly read runs. Walt Gray able to kind of wrestle him down before he gets to the would-be marker. It's going to be third down. And they'll mark it 3rd and 1 as he gets close to the 36-yard line. So for the first time tonight, the Railers have got a third and very short situation here. And they'll bring in the heavies. They like to go with that straight T look. They just run Gomez off of 3 big running backs. They'll line up right behind the left guard, tackle, and tight end. They'll go with 2 tight ends, and Gomez will try to run. Gets caught in the backfield, not going to get there. And a nice play by this defense. Able to just get under the pads of the big guys and be brought down. It looked like it was Walt Gray in there as one of the guys on the stop. Carter Morris came in from his linebacker spot as well. 4th down coming up.
Don't you got to punt it? I mean,
you're down 24-0. I don't know. You need some scores here.
Well, boy, howdy. This is riverboat gambling here by Coach Greg Slade.
On his own 35, Slade will keep the offense in. He will work with 3 receivers off to the right, 1 here on the near side. Gomez trying to get this defense to jump, and now they will go to a timeout. 4:54 left to play here in the first half. 24-0. Golden Eagles on top. For the Newton Railers, they're down 24-0. Football is spotted at their own 35-yard line. And the offense coming out of a timeout comes back out on the field. They're going to go with a big set. Gomez under center, runs the quarterback sneak and not going to get there. That Bishop Carroll defense just built a wall. They haven't blown it dead yet, but not going to get there. And the Golden Eagle defense holds strong. This should be a first down for that Golden Eagle offense. Russ Kessler, you probably have a better view than we do.
Well, it's really going to be close. I'm down a little ways since it's right in front of the bench. I'm sure they're going to measure it.
Boy, it didn't look like he got that kind of a push even. And it is going to be a first down for the Golden Eagles. The defense on a quarterback sneak, denying the Railers, and the offense will take over the football. They will be at the Newton 36-yard line.
Coach Jim Nance with a big smile on his face, greeting his defenders as they come off the field there. Lots of high fives all around.
4:46 on our game clock. 3 timeouts for the Golden Eagles, up 24-0. The offense wanting to go back to work. They scored on every possession. 2 receivers split to both sides of King. King works out of the shotgun, wants to throw. Comes, quick pass. Tate Blasey makes it up the near sideline. Blasey has a tackler right in front of him. Can't get away from him, but will have enough for a first down. He'll pick up 11.
Boy, Bishop Carroll really has seen a weakness here on the outside. Really, with those short, quick passes to the outside.
This time just a straight handoff to Breeze, and Breeze cannot get away from the big arms and hands of Landon Fanasteel. He brings him down. Breeze able to fall forward for a 1-yard gain. 2nd down and 9 coming up. Football at the 24. Clock continues to run. By the way, out of Goddard, 7-7. Cape and Goddard in the second. That game over on our sister station, KQAM. 3 receiver set off to the left of Jackson King, the wide side of the field. Tate Blasey, single receiver set. Breeze now goes in motion, sets up a 4 receiver set, but King decides to keep, and King just blasts over the left side of the offensive line. And Jackson King picks up 11 and gains a Burwell Construction first down. He gets it to the 14-yard line.
The Golden Eagles really playing with purpose tonight.
Jackson King out of the shotgun. Keeps again after the belly read again over the left side of that offensive line. Getting some nice blocking over there on that left side between Hank Purvis and Camden Hudspeth. And King gets close to the 5. They'll mark him at the 6. 2nd down and 4 coming up. King moves quickly. Hands off to Breeze this time. Breeze, touchdown. Derek Breeze, for the 2nd time tonight, has found the end zone. And for every offensive possession, this Golden Eagle offense has put points on the board.
Nice job there.
And again, Russ Kessler, it's just up front, man. The big dudes are just moving Newton off the football.
I am just so totally impressed tonight. This is a Bishop Carroll team I have not seen this year.
It's what we've been waiting to see, I know, for at least in the last couple of weeks. High snap, Tate, though, hauls it in, and Hudson Lee puts it through. And just like that, the Golden Eagles have hung 31 on the board with 3:32 still to play here in the first half.
You know, we talked about early in the game, Jacob Racine has been nicked up just a little bit. Came off right there talking to the trainer, so he may actually have to take a little rest, a spell. He's really fought and had some perseverance, working through the pain, but noticeably he had some.
When I talked to Coach Trail about midweek, he still wasn't sure on whether or not Jacob Racine was going to be able to go, but tonight he did come in. He started this football game up 31-0. At this point in time, if the young man needs to take a rest, I say go for it.
I think so too. And Dalton Welsh would be his replacement, most likely. So we'll monitor that situation.
Hudson Lee will put it on the X in the middle of the field. Puts his big right foot in it. Another high end over end kick. This will come down in the field of play, and it's going to be fielded at about the 9, far side. Good return. Lee has to finally run the return man out of bounds. Isaac Klug, the senior, is the return guy. He is finally pushed out of bounds by Hudson Lee, the kicker. Let's see where they mark him out at. Looks like it's going to be at the 38-yard line. So a 31-yard return here by Klug.
Best field position here for the Railers this evening.
3:25 left. Railers with 2 timeouts. They're down 31-0. Flex bone set. 2 slot guys. Running back, quarterback under center. And goes in motion. Speed sweep. Goes from left to right. No, a little trap play up the middle. Nice fake by Camden Carr. It was handed off.
Trap
James Holsey.
Trap right over the center. We do have a Golden Eagles in.
Let's see who that is. I can't get the number.
Single-digit number.
Russ, I don't know if you can get the number. The young man's laying on the ground.
Trying to sneak around here a little bit.
95's replacing him. That's P.J. Truman coming in off the defensive line. It's one of our guys up front.
Well, I don't want to speculate yet on who it is until we see.
I'm not sure, but let's see.
It's been all Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles so far here in this football game. Offense has been just very efficient all game long. They've put 31 up on the board. Looks like this might take a minute to figure out who we have down, so let's take a quick timeout. You're listening to Golden Eagle Football on KGSO. Is helped off the field and over to the trainer's table. We'll have Russ Kessler here, see if we can get a report from him coming in here momentarily. 2nd down and 8 from Newton. They'll work out of the shotgun. 4 receivers in the game, 2 split to both sides. Gomez drops straight back, gets pressure, steps away from the pressure. Gomez with some nifty moves, able to pick up positive yardage. And will get it across the 45, close to the 46-yard line. It will bring up 3rd down, and it's going to be
Good job of eluding tacklers for a positive gain.
That pressure is just coming in so quick on Gomez. He doesn't
both
have
sides.
hardly any time at all to throw the football.
On both sides.
Let's stay with the spread set. 2 slot guys. 2 wideouts. Gomez out of the shotgun. Wants to run. Gomez is going to have a first down. He's finally brought down, but not until he gets a nice run of 7 yards. And they will move the chains over into the Bishop Carroll side of the field to the 49-yard line.
Their first down. First
down of the game right there. George Husband was in on the stop. Russ Kessler down on the Lucas Chevrolet sidelines real quick to find out what's going on with Brock.
Not yet, but he was over by the trash can for a little bit. Now he's back on the training table.
All right, quick little handoff. This is going to James Holtz. He will pick up about 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7 coming up. They will spot the football at the 43-yard line. We are below a minute and a half to play here in the half. Still 2 timeouts for Coach Slade, down 31-0. This is as deep as they've been into Bishop Carroll territory so far tonight. 3 receivers off to the right. Gomez wants to run, trying to follow some blockers, and not a lot there. They'll pick up 3 on the play, and now we've got a late flag that comes in. A little bit of a tussle was going on with Carter Morris and one of the offensive linemen. Let's see what they're going to call here. Down. They're going to call that unsportsmanlike against Bishop Carroll, so it will move the chains. It'll give Newton a first down. And that 15-yard penalty is going to take this close to the red zone. Should mark it somewhere right around the 20. Maybe actually right inside of it. And they're going to put it down at the 23.
Sam Newton checking out of the game.
Clock's running again at a minute. 2 receivers, 2 tight ends. Gomez out of the shotgun. Runs a double reverse pass. Here's a throw down the field and nobody is there. It ended up into the hands of Dylan Clausen, and Clausen wanted to try to hit James Holtz coming out of the backfield up this near sideline, but just didn't throw the football anywhere near him. It falls incomplete, stops the clock with 50 seconds to play.
New gadget play there by Coach Slade.
Holtz was open.
He was
just throwing it to the outside.
Rushed the pass there on that play.
Tight end wide out off to the right. 2 receivers here to the near side. Gomez wants to throw, comes out. Camden Carr makes the catch at about the 20, works his way up close to the 15. He'll be brought down at the 16. Newton moving quickly as we are down, approaching 30 seconds left in the game. Still 2 timeouts for Coach Slade. I'm not sure why they're not using any of them right here, being inside the red zone. 4 receivers in the game, 2 split to both sides. Tailback off to the right of the quarterback in the shotgun. Gomez comes quickly, throws incomplete. Skips it off the turf, tried to get it out here to the near side to Isaac Klug. Stops the clock at 20 seconds.
On the report card tonight, I give the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles an A for tackling tonight. There's a timeout.
Now a timeout is going to be called. We'll keep it right here as we're getting so close to halftime. That gives me a perfect opportunity to tell you what's coming up at the half. Had an opportunity to talk with Wichita State Athletic Director Kevin Saul on our morning show, The Game Plan, here on KGSO. And we're going to bring you that interview. The interview did happen before Shocker Madness, so he talks a lot about some of the experiences that are going to happen on game day. A lot of folks that went to Shocker Madness last night got a first-hand look at what some of the new game day experiences are going to be inside of Charles Cook Arena.
Looks like a very athletic basketball team to me. They've got guys that can get it up and down the floor, and I look for some exciting things for Coach Brown and that team this year.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. They're very long and they're very athletic. Now they got to figure out how to come together and play as a team. And I think when they get that figured out in those rotations, we should see a pretty spirited Shocker basketball team. So stick around for the half. You'll hear from Kevin Saul, the athletic director. 4 receivers in the game, 2 split to both sides of Gomez. He'll work out of the shotgun. He will have Holtz right beside him, flanked off to his right. Wants to come quickly. Isaac Klug makes the catch. He's brought down inbounds. Actually, they're going to stop the clock long enough to move the chains. He will get the first down on a 4th and short. George Husband was one of the guys in on the stop. Ray Brogan over here to help out. Now they'll wind the clock again as they move the chains from the 12-yard line. 4 receivers in the game. Holtz wants to throw. Nobody open. Now he lets it go into the back of the end zone. Nobody there. Overshoots his intended target, and it falls incomplete. It'll stop the clock at 3 seconds. So the field goal unit's going to come in. Coach Slade wants to try to get some points. They will get the football to start the second half.
Just got to get off the snide here. Coach Slade just needs to get points on the board. Love to have the touchdown, but he'll be here.
Colin Hirschberger, a senior, will line up to try to pop this through. It's going to be a 29-yard attempt from the near hash, and a timeout is going to be used. Coach Slade is going to use his final timeout here of the half.
If he might be reevaluating this decision, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure he had enough guys in because Isaac Klug came off of the sidelines with Coach Slade, so he may have only had 10 on the field. And I think that's the case. Because Isaac stayed out on the field and Coach Slade went back to the sideline.
In your 9th game of the season, you need to be correcting those guys against kids.
So Hirschenberger will try to attempt a 29-yard attempt. Right for the kicker here from the near hash. It is high enough, and it goes through the uprights. Newton able to get on the board before they head to the locker room. That will take us to the half. It has been all Bishop Carroll. Golden Eagles defense has been playing well. Offense has been as efficient as we have seen them all year long. Coming up, my talks along with Jeremy.
No scores at all. Pisses me off. I just can't. Okay. I'm going to go someplace else.
Drum majors, use your band ready.
Time finding scores. Oh, I'm looking at K-Preps. I'm looking at ScoreStream. I'm looking at scores in Kansas. I'm going to go to Vibe now. I'm going to Vibe Central Kansas. That's not right. Catch it, Kansas. I'm not seeing any score updates from the west side of the bracket yet. Through Catch it, Kansas. Let me refresh it. Go to football. See what you got. I've got scores in the East, but I don't have any out of the West bracket. Oh, wait a minute. This is volleyball. Hey. How? Tune in. Okay, thanks. Appreciate it.
Welcome to the field with 2022-2023 Bishop Carroll Golden Eagle House Squad. We recognize the players of the national team for leadership, superior showmanship and choreography, and have received most of our American awards. This year's team is dedicated to providing various exciting, unique, and entertaining performances for the Bishop Carroll community. The costume is led by Captain Mayor Hal Anderson and Samantha and co-captains Ellen Miller and Victoria Pregame. Coached by Bella Shipley. championship team of today is Varsity. They lost their first match to St. Thomas Plain, 25-20, 25-13. They're currently playing their second match. Our boys Varsity soccer team finished the season 9-7-1, tied for fifth in the league. Our girls tennis team took second at regionals, and they were senior champions. Congratulations to Glenn Stevens on winning the 5A title of their series. Tomorrow, state championships at Greenbelt Farms up in Louis. Our band on Wednesday at Anderson High School scored a Superior 1 rating. Congratulations to our band and Bulldogs. Mr. Carroll's athletic director and administration would like to thank everyone who supported our football team, band members, color guard, prom squad, and cheerleaders at the Riverfront football game 3 weeks ago. We set a new Wichita Riverfront Stadium record of 8,066 spectators. Thank you to all who attended.
At the half, it is the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles 31, Newton 3. Newton will get the football to receive the second half ball. I know you've been working some scores. We'll get to you in a minute, though. I want to go down real quick, though, to the Luber Chevrolet sideline. And Coach Terrell had to get with his team, but I know, Russ, you got a chance to speak with him a little bit coming out of the locker room. Has to be pleased with the way his team's playing tonight.
Oh, yeah, he was all smiles, to be honest with you. But he said, Russ, we got to keep it up, keep up the intensity the start of the second half. He said we were so consistent that first half. He was very pleased with both sides of the ball.
All right, Les, we appreciate it. And sorry we missed out on talking to Coach, but we want to get over with his team. Statewide Scoreboard Show coming up tonight, 10 o'clock, both KTSO and KQAM to wrap up the week 1 of playoffs. But we do have some halftime scores.
I'm going to go fast here. Cape and Mount Carmel and Goddard all knotted up at 17. Wichita East 7, Free State 0, Lawrence 27, Heights 13. Rock Creek 28, Clearwater 21, Garden City 14, Campus 0, Andover Central 21, Augusta 10, Junction City, the Blue Jays have a 14-6 lead over South, Cheney 21, Hugoton 0, that's a big score there, Andale 51, Goodland 0, Art City 21, Bueller 7, little upset there, Washburn Rural 20, Marysville 0, Mays, the Eagles flying high tonight 56, Carolina South 0. Northwest 35, Southeast, Wichita Southeast 0, Derby 42 to 0 over Topeka High, Eisenhower 27, Great Bend 17 in a good game, Hutch and Liberal all tied up at 7. I'm not exactly sure what that's at halftime or not, but a tough ball game up there in Hutch. Manhattan 50, our Wichita Northwest in 6, Garden Plain and Ellsworth all knotted up at 7. Kingman 35, Hillsboro 0. Mulvane 13, McPherson 6.
And again, statewide scoreboard show right here on KGSO coming up at 10 o'clock tonight with Sasha Bushka. 31-3 is the score right here. Bishop Carroll will have to kick off. They will do so from right to left or from north to south as Hudson Lee looks like he's going to line things up on the X in the middle of this football field. In the first half, the Golden Eagles on the ground, 158 total yards, 67 yards on 17 carries for Derek Breeze, 7 carries for 72 yards for Jackson King. Thomas George is out of 19 on carries. Let's kick off. West Ham stats. There's a low and kick. This will carry into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Not a whole lot going on through the air. Didn't have to throw the football a lot in the first half to the Golden Eagles. Only 107 yards on the night passing the football. Jackson King was 11 of 13 for those 107. His favorite target, Tate Blazing, 6 catches tonight for 60 yards. Everybody else is pretty much rounding out the catches tonight with Holthusen hauling in 3. Parker Flax 1 and Hannahberg 1 as well. The Eagles are going to go on defense to start this second half. Whalers from their own 20 as they move from left to right or from south to north. They'll come out with a 3-receiver set. Split off to the left of Gomez. Have a tight end here on the near side. Gomez after the belly read runs over the right side of his offensive line. One of the better runs that he's had on first down. He's going to pick up 8. It'll bring up second down and 2 as he pushes it up to the 28-yard line.
Gomez on the zone read there to his halfback there. Tucked it for about 8 on the carry. Again, probably the best run from scrimmage that these guys have had all night long.
Stay with a little bit of the spread look. They like to bunch it up sometimes, but this time they'll go 2 receivers split off to the left, wide side of the field. One here on the near side. Gomez hands off this time to Hulse. He is going to pound his way over the right side. He'll have a first down. Needed 2, picked up 4. It'll be a first down and 10, a Burwell Construction first down and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Boy, when you're a predominantly run-oriented team, you burn up clock, and right now, with that 31-3 deficit for the Railers, makes it tough. Really makes Greg Slade to have to think about mixing some passing into this football game in his offense.
A trip set off to the right of Gomez. He'll have a tight end over on the far side. They'll work out of the shotgun here with Hulse, his tailback. Wants to follow his tailback. Not going to get a whole lot, though. Ray Brogan pops him, slows him up enough to let the rest of this defense get in and clean up the mess. A lot of guys in there. Reed Hannibal, George Husband, Cooper Boosing, all coming up from defensive back spots to make the stop. No gain on the play, second down and 10.
Carter Morris also in the fray right there. Again, just great tackling. Much better tackling technique tonight that we've seen in several weeks.
What I like about it right there is even though Ray Brogan didn't make the stop, he slowed him up enough and was able to kind of get arms around the waist. And the rest of his teammates came in and took care of business. And second down and 10 from the 33. This time they'll go with a tight bunch set off to the right. Here's a quick pitch on the far side. Caught at the line of scrimmage and brought down. Ray Brogan able to just smother up the ball carrier. It was Camden Carr who took from the slot position just a quick little pitch. Tried to work his way back to the middle of the field and nothing doing. Third and 10 coming up.
Brogan, the senior right there, 6 foot. 185, just showed his athleticism with the stop.
10-minute mark here in the third. 31-3 Carroll on top. First possession of the second half for Newton. 2-by-2, 4 receivers in the game. 2 split to both sides of Gomez. He wants to throw on third down. Drops straight back, getting pressure from Gray. Has to let it go down the field. Tried to get it to a couple of guys that were running pretty much in the same spot. Justin Zerger was the intended target. He was working his way towards the middle of the field, but Camden Carr was. That punched up that defense. It falls incomplete. Newton's going to have to punt the football away.
And good coverage there by the defensive backs. Really stride for stride with those wideouts for the Raiders.
Tate Lazy will drop back along with Cooper Busey. They will await this punt. It'll come off of the foot of Colin Hirschberger. It is a end-over-end punt. Low one, Boosing Fields. At about the 35, he's going to get close to midfield. Let's see where they're marking. I think there'll be just a tick over on the other side of Bishop Carroll.
This is about the 3rd or 4th
no,
time.
They're going to put it right at the midfield stripe.
They've started almost right exactly at the middle of the field.
Actually, they're going to put it over on Newton's side at the 49, so that return was a little better than what I thought it was. Good field position to open up the half for Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles. 3 receivers off to the right of King. Single receiver set. It's Tate Blasey here on the short side. King on first down. Wants to throw the quick out. Gets it out. Boy, Holthusen could not handle it. Kind of interesting. We started the game with a drop quick pass to the outside by Tate. This time it was Luke Holthusen to start the second half, dropping one that he should have caught.
And exactly the same play to the same side right there by both Luke and Tate.
Stops the clock with 9:19 left here in the first. 3 receiver set off to the right. One here on the near side. Football on the near hash. King wants to keep, and he is swallowed up. Nice defensive play that time by these Newton Raiders. It was Landon, final steal. And that's going to be a loss on the play of about 4.
A little shaken up. A physical tackle there by Fantasy.
He rode Thomas George's all the way down the line. Probably should have gave it to him on that backside pressure, but decided to keep him. I think he probably fell on the football, if anything. May have knocked the wind out of him a little bit. King will stay in the game. He'll work with 4 receivers in the game. 3rd down, 14. Press coverage now on the far side. King wants to throw. Has to move to his right to get away from pressure. Looking over the middle of the field. King, touch, run, 6-yard run. He does get it back over to Newton's side of the field at the 46, and the punt team comes out on the football field for the first time tonight. Luke Holthusen will do the honors.
That's not bad, going a full half without punting the football. Always a good sign.
A couple of guys will go back. It'll be Isaac Klug and Camden Carr. Klug will stand at about his own 5. Camden around the 10. High snap. Holthusen, though, does control it. Puts his foot into it. High end-over-end kick. It is going to hit this field turf at the 15. It will take somewhat of a Golden Eagle bounce at about the 14 and a half. So not a lot there. But it's not going to be great field position for Newton to start their second possession of the half. Down 31-3 in this contest. Carroll. Let's see if they can continue this on. Railers really haven't had a lot going on in this football game. In fact, only one first down outside of a first down that they gained on a penalty.
Just really haven't found the ingredient to this Golden Eagle defense.
They'll go with a flex bone. Gomez goes under center, runs a trap play right up the middle. A little bit of a running room right there for Pulse. Not a ton, though. He's going to pick up close to 5 on first down. Actually, they're going to give him 6, so 2nd down and 4 coming up.
Pretty effective little trap play right over the center. Newton's executed that a couple times for 5 and 6 yards.
I don't think that brings you back from 31 to 3.
No,
you got to take some shots.
That's exactly what.
Flexbone set, 2 slot guys, single running back. Gomez tucks under center, takes the pitch out and caught. Gomez is going to be brought down. Walt Gray again with a huge play in the backfield, just blast right through that offensive line. He catches Gomez in the backfield, a huge loss on the play. This is going to take it back to a 3rd down and 12. The football back inside the 15 at the 14.
I think Colby, it was a play action pass. He was rolling out and actually did not have any chance at all to look downfield or get his feet underneath him because big number 14, Walt Gray, out of that defensive end position just swallowed him up.
So 3rd down and 12 coming up from Newton. Gomez will go back to the shotgun. Holtz will be off to his left. He'll have 3 receivers off to his right. Bishop Carroll bringing pressure. Dueling comes. Gomez gets away from Dueling, but not away from the rest of this defense, and he will be dropped for a 2-yard loss. And Newton's going to have to punt the football away from deep inside their own territory.
Boy, this defense is dialed up tonight, partner. Fun to watch.
And that time, Jim Nance brought both linebackers off the edges, and both got there.
Boy, Russ Kessler, Jim Nance has got to be just really pleased with his defense tonight.
Well, we haven't heard him hooping.
Punt by Hertzberger, kind of shanked one here. It does take a heck of a Newton bounce, though. This ball hit at the 29, and it rolled all the way to the 41.
That's a dangerous punt. You know, it's a short one, and, you know, it's obviously Golden Eagle in your favor, but when you're down there with punt coverage or return.
Ray Brogan looked like somebody yelled heads up because he just grabbed his head and kind of ducked to try to get away from it.
You've got to get away from that ball because if it hits a Golden Eagle, that's a live football.
Flax, Blasey off to the right. Holthusen now goes in motion from left to right. He's here with Helton to set up a trip set off to the right of King. King, though, just hands off. Breeze blasts over the right side, and Derek Breeze, nice run on first down. He's going to pick up 5. 2nd down and 5 coming up. Football now will be setting at the 37-yard line of the Railers.
Golden Eagles playing fast right here.
The receivers off to the left. It's the short side of the field. King, though, just decides to hand off again to Breeze. Breeze has to get away from one tackler. Able to move his feet and stay moving forward on, as you said, 2nd effort. They'll pick up 2, 3rd down. Very manageable to go. 3rd down and 2. They'll move quickly. 4 receivers. Breeze, blast play right over the center, and Breeze, first down. Burwell Construction, first down. as he gets it to the 31. This drive stays alive. We saw this offense move quickly in the first half. They're doing it here now on this drive in the second.
Dalton Welch is in at that right guard position, number 63.
Slot guy and 2 receivers off to the right. Single receiver set here on the near side. Quick pass outside. Blasey makes the catch. No, it's Flax. Flax dragging defenders up towards the 25. They'll mark him at the 26. Flax in the game tonight because Zach Steven could not go after leaving last week's game against East. And now Flax is going to have to come out. And boy, we've got movement. King did not see that Flax was shaking up and trying to run to the sideline, so this is going to cost Bishop Carroll. They snap the ball anyway. You know, look, when you're moving fast like that, sometimes you just don't get the benefit of the doubt. But you almost, I don't know what the protocol is here, Russ, but should the officials maybe have stopped it knowing there was an injured player?
Well, if he would have went down, they would have stopped. Went down.
Hannenberg will come in for him. Helton, Holthusen, and Hannenberg off to the left. Tate Blasey single coverage on the far side. He's getting double covered. King, though, wants to keep after the belly read. Tucks inside. Has a run of 4 on second down, so we'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. Football will be marked at the 28-yard line of Newton.
Again, really the Railers playing a little bit more physical defense here in this second half. They're kind of punishing tackles here. They're trying to make that ball pop loose.
We're approaching the 3:30 mark here in the quarter. 4 receivers in the game, 2 by 2 on both sides of King on a 3rd down, and now a flag comes out. And a false start's going to be called again. If there has been anything in this football game tonight that has ailed the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles, it has been the penalties. They have had more penalties thrown against them than Newton, and some of that is the fact that they're just trying to play so fast on offense. So now you got a 3rd down and 12 coming up. Helton, Hannenberg, Holthusen off to the left. Blasey gets press coverage on the far side. King rolls left, comes left, throws. Holthusen makes the catch at the 20, dives to the 18. This should be a Burwell Construction 1st down, and it will be. Move the chains for the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles as they sneak inside the Continental Truck Accessory red zone. Blasey now the tailback. 3 receivers off to the right, 1 here on the near side. Quick throw out to Tate. Tate trying to get the edge. He does. Tate dives towards the 10. A pickup of 8, 2nd down and 2 coming up.
Blasey with a great job. Little short pass there to the flats, but finds that running seam right there for a big 7-yard pickup.
Tate goes back out to the single wide out to the right. King on the belly read keeps, moves to his left. Tries to just go over his guard and tackle on the left side of the football field. That would be Camden Hudspeth and Hank Purvis. He's going to be close to that 1st down. He'll come up a tick shy. It'll be 3rd down and 1. King out of the shotgun, moving quickly, hands off to Breeze. Breeze blasts over the middle. Boy, did he get there. Let's see.
I think so.
He got stopped right at the line of scrimmage. If he got there with 2nd effort, he does. Move the chains. Big play up front by Nick Ruth, but couldn't stop Breeze. He picks up the Burwell Construction 1st down and sets up a 1st and goal at the 8.
There checks out, and Gorgeous comes in.
2 receivers split to both sides of King. King hands off to Thomas Georges. Georges keeps his feet moving. He'll fall at the 5. 2nd down and goal from the 5. Newton defensive front. Trying to stand big right there. I'll tell you what, Landon Fanasteel has had one well of a game, and on a stop right there from Newton.
He has really been impressive.
2 receivers split to both sides. Breeze flanked off to the right of King. King out of the shotgun, hands off to Breeze. No, keeps himself. King loses the football, and it's picked up by Newton. King has to make the tackle as Keon Edwards, the junior, just strips the ball, kind of gets to the mesh point between him and Breeze, knocks the ball out, and if Jackson King wouldn't have made the tackle right there, Keon Edwards probably would have scored because there was nobody else back there. So the first turnover of the night for this Bishop Carroll Golden Eagle offense inside the red zone.
I put my head down to look at the roster, and that happened.
Holy cow. I put my head down and stay away from Coach Trail and everybody else coming over here.
Possibly.
3 receivers off to the right, one on the near side, and wants to run the option. Gomez keeps. They get positive yards as he pushes it close to the 25. They will give him a gain of 5. Second down and 5 coming up.
Again, good tackling right there, despite that 5-yard gain. And I like it. The Golden Eagles wrapping up right there on defense.
31-3, the Golden Eagles on top. We're approaching 120 here in third.
He's got a short
one receiver off to the left, 2 off to the right. It is the wide side of the field. Gomez getting pressure from Gray and brought down. Walt Gray gets him again. It's going to be a loss of 3 on the play. Count it as a sack. Walt Gray has.
He chased him down as Colby Gomez really working to his left. Gray is on the opposite side of that defensive line and ran him down. That's just how athletic and quick that young man is.
3rd down and 7. They'll work out of a trip set off to the right of Gomez. Single receiver set on the far side. He's looking to the wide side. He has it out to Carr. Carr makes the catch. Carr not going to get there for the first down, though. That defense just swarms him. They'll pick up 3, but it'll bring up a 4th down and 4 to go.
You know, Russ, you talked about physicality last week. You know, that was going to be an emphasis. This defense, physicality is what they're doing. They're playing like headhunters out there.
Well, I think they learned a lot from last week on how to handle physicality.
I agree.
That's going to take us to the 4th. 31-3. Golden Eagles on top. You're listening to Golden Eagle football on KGSO. We're starting quarter number 4 live from our iCryo press box chamber here at Bishop Carroll Family Stadium with the Golden Eagles up 31-3 over Newton on the 4th down. The Railers put the offense on the field. They work out of the 3 receiver set. They tried to get on a hard count Carroll to jump, but instead their right tackle Jaden Woods got the movement. And this should back them up 5, and it will. So it makes that 4th down even more difficult. Now here comes the punt team for Coach Greg Slade. Let me remind you, if you want to feel better, you can do it with cryotherapy from iCryo on North Mays Road. Cryotherapy, IV infusions, infrared sauna, compression therapy, and more. Find them at iCryo.com. Fusion and Busey go back deep. They'll stand at about the midfield stripe. Here's a high end-over-end kick. Busey's going to call for the fair catch. He'll make it at the Newton 42-yard line.
Great field position here for the Golden Eagles.
Capitalize, though. Stalled out so far on offense here in the second half. Even though you got a big lead, you'd like to see the offense move the football down the field and get another score on the board.
I'm going to do something I don't normally do. The managers for this Bishop Carroll team, and these are Russ Kessler's favorites. I may not get through all of them. Paula Piccini, Kate Samway, Autumn Trail, Andrea Cox, Lionel Lee, Aniston Marcotte, Lillian Arnold, Mackenzie Guerin, and Morgan Woodard have done a great job all season.
The Golden Eagles, yes, they have, by the way. Hats off to them. Golden Eagles will come out. They'll have a tight end and 3 receivers in the football game. Thomas George is the tailback. He takes the handoff, works his way over the right side. Nice run for Thomas on the 1st down. They'll pick up 8, sets up 2nd down. Very short to go. It's inside the 35. They're knocking at the 34-yard line.
They're blocking in by Dalton Welsh and Nathan Barrientos on that right side.
A tight end and 3 receivers. 2 split out to the right, 1 to the left. Football right in the middle of the field. King wants to throw on 2nd and short. Rolls right. King lets it go. Has his man. Passes Cobb. Fusion makes it inside the 25 at the 24. Shoved out of bounds right there. A Burwell to 1st down. And Holthusen with a nice catch to the 24-yard line.
Luke's had a nice game tonight. Came back to the football right there. Saw his quarterback on the rollout. Came back to the football and a good catch right there on the sideline.
Helton Holthusen off to the left of Jackson King. He'll have Flax off here to the right side. King hands off to Georges. Georges breaks one tackle. Thomas Georges weaving his way. Thomas Georges, 5 touchdowns. Thomas Georges, second one of the night for number 3, and he finally adds a score here in the second half for the Golden Eagles.
You know, Georges really right, running between the tackles there, got spun around, but that second effort, the young man just has that determination, keeps the wheels moving for a good little touchdown scamper. Well executed.
Derek Breeze, Thomas Georges, the tailbacks for this Golden Eagle team. Both of them have struck the board twice each. That's a lead for the point after. The kick is up. It's almost automatic with that young man. And we've got a ball game of 38-3, 10:53 left to play. You're listening to Golden Eagle football on KGSO. 23-yard touchdown by Thomas Georges puts Golden Eagles up 38-3. Here's a high end over end kick by Hudson Lee. It will be fielded at about the 1, and a return only back to the 20. So a 19-yard return by Isaac Klug. 10:47 left to play in this contest. Statewide scoreboard show tonight at 10 o'clock here on KGSO and KQAM, along with the Mid-America Sports Network.
Third quarter score, 21 Hutch, Liberals 7. Salt Hawks really taking control of that game.
Salt Hawks will play, if they hang on the winner of this game, it will be up in Hutchinson. Newton comes out with a full receiver set and hit hard is Gomez. Colby Gomez tried to just run over the middle of this Bishop Carroll defense, and there is nothing doing right there. That is a nice play by Sam Hampton. A 240-pound junior gets off the block and makes a stop at the line of scrimmage.
Boy, physical tackle there by Sam. Really impressed with this defense tonight.
They have played very well. I've been impressed with both sides of the ball.
I have too. Man,
not as good as we've seen the Golden Eagles play outside of the Northwest game on the big comeback. 3 receivers off to the right of Gomez, one here to the near side. Gomez wants to keep after the belly read, finds an open field. Gomez going to carry a tackler, and Gomez picks up 12, gets a Burwell Construction first down. He is brought down on the play. So starting to get a few subs in the game on this defensive side, as Mitten was playing the right corner, lugging down to the field turf.
JJ's a junior.
9:42 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Gomez with a new set of downs. Will work out of a 3-receiver set. Hands off. Not going to go anywhere, though. Good stop by Cash Onders right there at the line of scrimmage. Doug will give him about a yard on the play. That is it. Puts the football at their own 35 as the Railers down 38-3.
Coach Nance getting some fresh gut legs in there. JP Carrillo goes in. Sophomore. Love hearing that. Sophomores coming in here in the fourth quarter.
Boy, nothing better than playing in some playoff football.
Oh, my man.
Tight end and 3 receivers in the game. 2 off to the right, 1 here to the near. Gomez wants to throw. Goes out quick. Klug makes the catch. He should have enough for Burwell Construction's first down. He needed 9, picked up 13. Gets it out to the 46.
Isaac Klug, a pretty good football player for Greg Slade. He's a senior, though.
Isaac has done a nice job both returning punts and kickoffs. Has got a couple of passes in this football game tonight. Student section here for Bishop Carroll. They're in the Halloween spirit. A lot of them in costumes. Cheerleaders have the Boo sweatshirts going on. Or at least half of them. The other half decide to go with the letter jackets. Two receivers off to the right, one here on the near side. It's the wide side of the field. Gomez comes back to the near, sets up the screen. Pass is caught and going to be pushed up close to the 45. Going to mark him at the 46-yard line. That is a nice catch by Jarrett Smith, a junior tight end. He picks up 8 on the play. Second down, 2 coming up.
A little disappointed you didn't have the banana outfit. Halloween.
I was afraid somebody would peel me and slip.
Well, they might.
3 receivers set and a tight end. 2 off to the right, 1 here to the near. There's a handoff. And a running back that's coming back to the near side. Boy, nice nifty run here by C.J. Clausen. First time we've seen the senior tonight, and he gets all the way to the Bishop Carroll 27-yard line. There is a flag on the play. This is going to be an illegal block in the back against Newton. That's too bad for the senior because he would have had a nice run of 26. This is going to back things up. Second down and short. Will remain second down and short. They'll spot it basically at the original line of scrimmage. So a second down and 3. They'll move the football back a yard.
So a spot foul late. Blocking,
yes.
Officials done a nice job tonight, by the way.
I kind of saw that spot foul, or that block in the back right here in front of us. Didn't know if they would call a hold or a block in the back. 3 receivers off to the right, a trip set. Gomez wants to keep, though. Works off the block of his big left tackle, and he is able to gain some nice yards. Only needed to give him 16 as he gets inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Gomez, a tough customer for this Rayler football team. Impressed with his fortitude.
He got a nice block off of Rio Gomez. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Gomez. He'll work out of the shotgun. Gomez, though, hands off. Clausen has it. Clausen blasts over the right side. He gets inside the 20 to the 18. C.J. Clausen is going to pick up 9 yards on first down to set up a second down and 1. Pretty much the entire defense right now on the field are guys that typically you'll see play on a Monday or Thursday for that JV squad. 3 receivers in the game. Gomez wants to throw, gets it out to Clausen. Clausen with some running room as he works off the block of Camden Carr. And Clausen gets inside the 10. He will be at the 8. They'll work inside that Continental Truck Accessory red zone with the first and goal.
I'm not mistaken, I think this is the first time the Railers have ventured into the Continental.
Anything you need to slick up your pickup, you'll find at Continental Truck Accessories. From the 8 on a first and goal. This is as deep as Newton has been. Clausen wants to run, goes over the right side. He weaves his way through traffic, gets inside the 5, down to the 1. Clock continues to roll. We're approaching the 6-minute mark here in the football game with a 38-3 lead. Newton threatening at a second and goal from the 1. C.J. Clausen, the 5'10", 160-pound running back, will be flanked off to the left of Gomez. They'll work with 3 receivers. They'll hand off to Clausen. He'll walk in. It'll be a touchdown for Newton. They strike the board with their first touchdown of the night. They got a field goal earlier in the first half, actually right before half. And here they finally get into the end zone with 5:46 left to play in the football game. A lot of valuable teaching moments right now. They'll come over here to the bench. They'll get the monitor in front of them, and Coach Nance will come over here and coach them up. This defense that is out on the football field right now for Bishop Carroll. Snap down, kick up. Hirschberger pops it through, 38-10. You're listening to Golden Eagle football on KGSO. Carroll does have their hands team in, anticipating a possible onside kick, but it will be kicked deep. Hannenberg will go back. He'll field it at the 7. Comes up near side. Hannenberg across the 20. Hannenberg with a nice return out to the 33. And the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagle offense will come out on the field. I imagine we're going to see quite a few of the JV team as well.
Carter Clubney at the quarterback position. He is coming out there, number 13. That's good to see.
Carter Clumpney will take over at the QB spot. He'll work out of a 3-receiver set. Got all kinds of new offensive linemen in the game.
Logan Fantastiel on the tackle right there.
I've called his name quite a bit. Turn around, young man, so I can see your name. It's going to be Brady Dooling, a sophomore running back, who gets the carry. He picks up about a yard. So pretty much an entire sub offense in the football game. A lot of young guys that are going to get some valuable minutes. This is what playoff football is all about. Not only the practice time, but the minutes you can possibly get in a game. Oh, Carter drops the ball on the snap right there.
Low snap, too.
Able to be recovered, though, as Dooling will just kind of pick it up. But it is going to be a loss on the play of 1. So a 3rd down and 10. Clock is running. We're approaching the 4:30 mark here in the football game with the Golden Eagles up by 28.
What's impressive when you've got the subs in and the depth chart really going down the depth chart, the coaches work even harder. You know, they're coaching and working as hard as possible, trying to get these guys some success.
They almost get more joy out of them having successful plays than the players do.
Totally agree.
There's a nice run over the left-hand side. Dooling just one step away from really picking up nice yardage as he just a speed sweep from right to left. It will be a 4th down, and we'll punt it away right here.
Braden Monk is the backup kicker. Holthusen usually has that duty.
I'm not sure that there's enough guys out on the football field right now for Bishop Carroll. Yep, need one more. There we go. Now we get another one in on a 4th down and 5. Clock runs, play clock down to 5. Snap is back, and here is a kick that's going to go off the side of the foot and be downed. Walker downed it and then tried to move another yard back. It'll be down at the 46-yard line. And kicking the football away was Braden Monk.
Well, he's pleading his case to the official.
I've had a couple of opportunities to visit with Walt during the Bishop Carroll coaches shows on Tuesday night. He is a character.
He's a rascal.
He's a guy that's going to come into some kind of a college football team and not only be a great football player, but he will be a guy that will get a locker room fired up. Let me just tell you. 3 receivers in the game. Gomez stays in. Hands off to C.J. Clausen. Clausen blasts over the right side. Gains 3.
Coach Slade.
I got to tell you, there's quite a few rascals on this football team. We usually interview a couple of players every Tuesday night at the coaches show. There's some characters. I tell Dusty every time, I'm like, you got your hands full, buddy. He goes, oh, don't I know it.
I bet they have fun at practice.
Oh, yeah. 3 receivers in the football game. Gomez hands off Clausen over the right side. Clausen keeps his feet moving. He'll have a 1st down. He needed 8, picked up 10. But that's the thing about this football team. It's been so much fun to cover over the last few years. As you know, we see not only is it a tight-knit family, this Bishop Carroll community, but you see a lot of familiar names year after year. So there have been older brothers, cousins, whatever it is, that went through this program. And they've been able to tell their sibling or their cousin or whoever it is what the expectations are right off the bat.
There's a legacy here, no doubt.
No doubt. Oh, here's a nice play by this defense. Being able to just wrap up Clausen, and you've seen a little clap out of Jim Nance right there.
Well, you know, the other thing, I love the fact that these guys know how to have fun. There's good chemistry with this group. They truly like it. classroom, and they work hard on the football field as well as the other athletic venues. I mean, the girls volleyball team's playing, in state play tonight.
Yeah.
And we had a big screen out there with the broadcast, closed circuit broadcast of that, which is kind of cool.
Second down and 10. 3 receivers in the game. Football far hash. Gomez is going to keep. Gomez will have a first down. Gomez in the open field. Gomez is going to score. So Colby Gomez gets a score right there. His defense gets a good stop, causes Jim Nance on a clap, and then they give up a touchdown and causes Jim Nance to kind of give a little bit of an angry fist pump right there. There's no doubt about it.
43-yard run there by
Russ Kessler, I hear you laughing down there. Jim must have said something that made you laugh.
He was just saying exactly what you guys were saying. One good play, and then the next one they let him go all the way.
Here's a kick that's going to go through the upright. So, when you get up tomorrow and you read about this game, you're going to go, boy, 38, if it stays this way, 38-17, Newton put up a fight. And they did against, some kids that are getting some valuable experience. 1:39 left to play here in this game. Quick timeout. You're listening to Golden Eagle football. After the Gomez touchdown, Newton will get set to kick it off. Carroll again will bring their hands team out. We'll see if Hirschberger decides to kick deep. He does tee the football up right in the middle of the field. And he will put it on the ground. Carroll will get on it. Cooper Boosie tracked it down. Able to fall on it at the 21-yard line. Coach Slade does have 3 timeouts down, 38-17, 1:38 to play. You'd like to see this offense come out, pick up a couple of first downs, and get out of here. This might be one of the quicker football games that we've done in a while. It's only 8:53. So we started this thing a couple hours ago almost.
I got a hot date tonight.
Statewide scoreboard show coming up at 10 o'clock.
Golden Eagles getting set on offense.
They have too many guys out on the field. They went with 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Huntley, hands off. Dooling trying to pick through, not going to get a lot. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Actually, they're going to say he lost about a half a yard right there.
I don't think Coach Slade's going to utilize those timeouts. Yeah.
Did he take one right there?
No, I guess not.
Slade Meesker is the running back. Just swallowed up. Dylan McBee, a senior who plays outside linebacker on the stop, brings up a 3rd down and 12. They're down below a minute to play.
27 on the play clock, 34 seconds on the big scoreboard. Game clock.
Golden Eagles will move on to next Friday.
Let's go to Hutch.
Looks like we're going to be over at Hutch for a matchup with the Salt Hawks. They were winning pretty big over Liberal earlier. 3rd down and 12. Huntley out of the shotgun. Hands off. Meesker. Nice. Comes near side. Not going to get the first down. Does get positive yards though. Give the young men 7.
Slade only fly through 160.
And that's going to take us to the end of the game. And it will. Slade's going to let it run out, and that's how we're going to end things. So the Golden Eagles get a playoff win. They will head to next Friday. Don't know a final yet with Hutch and Liberal, but Hutch was ahead by a pretty good margin at the half. Looks like we're going to be taking on the Salt Hawks. When the bracket came out, we looked at things, kind of figured that we'd get a good old Hutch-Carroll matchup. We've seen it over the number of years.
Been there before.
I can tell you one of my very favorite football game pre-games happened in in Hutchinson. And I think you probably remember this unless you were out of town for that game. Alan Chapman was the coach here. Randy Drawing was the coach there. And as we always do, we do our pregame interview with Coach.
Oh, yeah.
And I do.
Tom Witherspoon.
Instead of our guy interviewing.
Exactly. I do remember that.
And his very first question was, "Hey, Coach Shuckman, how are you going to kick my butt tonight?"
Talk about rascals. That guy's one of them.
Carroll, I think Carroll actually ended up winning that game that night. if I remember
I
right.
think they did.
Let's go down our Luber Chevrolet sidelines. Russ Kessler standing by with head coach Dusty Trail.
Well, I think both of us are going to get run over. Well, congratulations, Coach. You made it through round one. Looks like we get to go north and west here a little bit next week. So the offense looked good tonight, and the defense both.
Yeah, things are starting to come together. I think the guys are playing with a little more confidence now. We're playing up tempo, which is good. So hopefully we can keep it rolling. Hutch is going to be a tough opponent. We're going to have to be ready to go.
Well, we look forward up there with you next week. So good luck. See you then.
Thank you very much, Russ Kessler. Thank you very much, Coach Dusty Trail. Let me remind you one more time here about this. Your next vehicle purchase, visit Luber's Auto Group in Cheney, Chevrolet, or Ford. Now, here's the deal. Go there, pick out your next new or used vehicle. You get everything set up. You get to that finance office and you say, "Hey, wait a minute. Before we sign anything, I want to tell you, I was listening to Golden Eagle football, and I heard Russ Kessler on the Luber sidelines, give me my $250 off," and they're going to go, "Okay, $250 off right before you sign that paperwork." That's how it works with Luber's Chevrolet and Luber's Ford out there in Cheney. Final score again tonight, 38-17. Bishop Carroll advances on to week number 2. We'll come back. We'll wrap things up out of here from Bishop Carroll Family Stadium and listening to Golden Eagle football on KGSO. It is our Butler Community College post-game report. Do want to give you this real quickly. We got one more timeout that we need to take real quickly. Then we'll come back. We're going to give you Moneytown moment of the game or Moneytown moneymaker of the game. We're going to talk about that during this next break on who is going to receive that. But I do want to tell you this real quickly. The Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles with the win tonight, 38-17 over Newton. They will be heading up to play the Hutchinson Salthawks next week. We just got a score update. Hutchinson late in the fourth, like 4 seconds left in the game, and they're ahead of Liberal 28-7. Hutch Carroll matchup coming up next Friday. Back after this. 38-17, Golden Eagles advance on after week 1 of the playoffs. They will head up to Hutchinson next Friday. We'll have the game for you right here on KGSO as the Hutchinson Salthawks and the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles will do battle in round number 2. Pictures being taken in the middle of the field. Yep, a lot of the seniors out there.
It's their last time on this football field.
Yeah, kind of a special moment.
Absolutely.
And Coach Trail's walking over and says, hey, wait a minute. Don't go anywhere. Let me get over there and see if I can get in that photo with you. Well, I know Coach Trail really enjoys this senior group a lot. There's no doubt about it. Let's get to our Moneytown. You know what? Again, I'm gonna throw an audible out. We try to do the Moneytown moment. There was a lot of them tonight. This offense ran as efficient as we've seen it all year. Defense was outstanding. But I got to go with the Moneytown moneymaker of the game. And, man, I don't know how we sessions of the game. He ends up getting sacks on 3rd down to force Newton to punt. Came off the line of scrimmage as quick as you'll ever see.
Yeah.
He was a wrecking force all game long. The kid is just a player. And you know what? Here's what I love about watching Walt Gray play is it just does seem like week after week after week he gets better and better and better. And for him to be able to start peaking at this time is perfect for Coach Nance and Coach Trail.
Totally agree. And, you know, Colby Gomez will not be sending him a Christmas card this year. Because I tell you what, they had a number of encounters tonight, and Colby said, that's about enough of 14 in the green jersey I want to see. But I totally agree. You know, he set the tone on that defense. I think he was probably quicker off the football, off the snap than I've seen him all year long. But I totally agree. Moneytown moment of the game. Let's give it to Walt Gray. But I want to also tell you, this team, the Carroll football team, started out with pure intention and focus tonight, right from the start of this football game. And that's something we have not seen. We've been a little frustrated and maybe even a little critical of this football team because it took them a while to kind of get their legs underneath them. But, boy, from the jump, these guys really had things working both on the offense and the defense. And I give the coaching staff a lot of credit for great preparation this week. Russ, I don't know about you, but this is a team with focus tonight, and they did a great job really coming in and making a statement tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, the front lines on both offense and defense, I'll tell you what, they stood their ground tonight, and they made the complete difference in this game. They were opening holes, and on offense and on defense, they were standing them big boys up.
Yeah.
I mean, it was quite impressive what I saw tonight.
Well, they're battling the trenches. I mean, getting off the football offensively. I mean, we are in almost on the second level right out of the chute. And, again, just a great job. And I give Coach Mans, Coach Trail, the entire staff a lot of credit for really having these guys prepared. And if they do that next week,
got to build off this.
Got to build off of it.
That's the biggest thing.
Got to build off of it.
You know, we've listened to Coach Trail, especially Tuesday nights at the Coaches Show all year long, talk about two things. This team needs to learn to trust each other, and this team needs to build consistency. We kind of saw all of that come together tonight.
Yep.
Now you got to take this and you have to build off of it. And look, we know how tough 5A is. We know that we've got probably one of the better teams in the state of Kansas and the Maize Eagles in 5A. You can't look forward. But if this team comes out and performs next week against Hutch like they did tonight, I fully expect a Bishop Carroll Golden Eagle win. And then you move on to the next week. If you keep building off that, who knows what happens when you go play a team like Maize.
No doubt about it.
And you also have to give a pat on the back to Mr. King tonight. I mean, when he was scrambling and the receivers came back to him, they did an excellent job on the pass game tonight. When he didn't have it downfield, they were coming back to him, which was excellent.
Again, we talked about it, Russ, countless times, really. Jackson extending the play. I mean, this is something that really successful and high-level quarterbacks do. That junior did that tonight. And like you said, what I love about our receiving core, and Holthusen did it really well tonight. Tate always does it, but, he comes back to the football. He sees where his quarterback is, and he comes back and really throws him a life preserver with a completed pass. And that is really good offensive football.
Well, Jackson King accounted for 222 yards of total offense tonight. He had 15 carries for 76 yards on the ground and a touchdown. He went 15 of 18 for 146 and a touchdown through the air.
Wow, good.
And that's what kind of efficiency you need. Bishop Carroll tonight, 365 yards of total offense and 5 touchdowns.
Which is
in
about
this
their
contest.
average.
And only had 1 turnover, and that came late in the game.
Yeah, kind of a stinker there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, well, don't forget to go by and see our friends James and his crew at Moneytown Pond down there on South Oliver, just south of Pawnee. Let me tell you something about them, and I've talked to James a lot. We had lunch a little bit earlier this week. He keeps that pawn shop as clean as any store you're going to find. And look, it's Christmas season. People are going to go out and start buying Christmas gifts.
Jewelry.
Don't spend a lot of money on this stuff. James can get you hooked up. Here's a great thing. They've got new and used jewelry.
Yeah.
New and used guns. New and used televisions. New and used electronics. So no matter what it is that you're looking for, you're going to find it. And look, if you want to save a lot of money, you find something that's slightly used. If you want to save more money than what you're going to find at normal retail, you find something that's new and you still get a good price on it. So
absolutely
good stuff. And thanks to our friends Lubers out there in Cheney.
Definitely. I want everybody to go out there that is looking for a new car and at least give the guys a chance at Lubers to give you a good price. It's the friendly way to buy.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like their commercial says.
They've got the inventory, for crying out loud, both new and used. I mean, if you want to pick up, you want that Chevy Blazer that I boast about man, that is one great SUV. But put that KGSO out there. Heard it on Russ Kessler's sideline, and you get that extra $250, and that'll buy you a
Russ
good
talked
steak.
him into doing that.
That'll buy you a good steak dinner. Is that coming out of his paycheck?
Yeah,
It comes out of my paycheck. I moved.
Hey, go.
I went to Dallas for him this week, and I made another couple local moves.
Well, I hope your paycheck gets
I guess
pounded.
It's all gone now. So
We'll have to
get out to Lubers and let's get some vehicles.
We're going to have to get your free pizza next week at Gowan Stadium up there.
Hey, real quick, while you guys are cackling, big thank you to Tyler Frazier, Coach Trail, the staff here, the administration here at Bishop Carroll. We love our relationship with this school and this program and these kids and this coaching staff. I work with the best guys in the business, and Kessler on the sideline and Downs at the play-by-play, and it's just an absolute joy. And KGSO is just the sports leader in this market for a big reason.
Exactly.
We are number one.
Couldn't do it without you, my friend. We've been doing this for a long time, and look forward to a few more games here as the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles are going to move on. They get a 38. And Hutchinson, Kansas,
Yeah, baby.
Salt Hawks, Golden Eagles. It's been that way for a long time. Good night.